Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Drama on this Monday, we're going to hear a different Johnny Dollar today, John Lund, as the action-packed expense account manager. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, from 1954. We're going to hear an episode of Dragnet also from this date in 1954, The Big Sucker. The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Sydney Greenstreet from 1951. And the FBI in Peace and War. And we'll wrap it all up with an episode of Claudia. That's what's coming up on this Monday, the 26th day of February, the 47th day of the year, and we have 318 days left in 2026. Studebaker Brothers Wagon Company, precursor of the auto manufacturer, established on this date back in 1852. The National Deaf Mute College, established in Washington on this date in 1857, becoming the first school for the advanced education of the deaf. It is now Gallaudet University. In New York City on this date in 1868, the Jolly Quarks Organization, renamed the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks. In 1883, Ladies' Home Journal published for the first time. On this date in 1923, Howard Carter unsealed the burial chamber of Pharaoh Tutankhamun.
I carefully cut the cord, removed the precious seal, drew back the bolts, and opened the door.
Howard Carter on unsealing King Tut's tomb on this date in 1923. Wallace H. Carruthers received a patent for nylon on this date in 1937. In next to no time at all, ladies would be wearing nylon stockings. And that was a big deal. It was on this date in 1959, Fidel Castro became premier of Cuba after President Fulgencio Batista was overthrown on the 1st of January.
Khrushchev is good friend, good Cuban friend, wonderful person. What do you want that we do? You leave us without petroleum. Khrushchev give petroleum. You leave us without sugar. Khrushchev buy sugar. Your leaders speak about aggression to Cuba. Khrushchev speak about defending Cuba. Khrushchev is friends. Don't you know? Soviet government have no monopoly in Cuba, no factory, no investment, not colony. Never we the Cuban people felt so free as now.
Are you a communist?
Well, wait for the history. The history will take what we are.
Fidel Castro, after becoming premier of Cuba on this date in 1959, I think it was well established that they did become a communist regime. On February 16th, 1963, the Beatles got their first number one record in America. Please Please Me reached the top of the charts. In Haleyville, Alabama, on this date in 1968, the first 911 emergency phone system went into service.
911 emergency. Yes, please help me. My husband is falling, and he's holding his chest. I don't know what to do. Please come. I need your address, ma'am.
That a simulated call. And you know, back in 1968, it was just a phone. Today, if you dial 911, it's a lot more sophisticated. Even in rural communities like ours, they can do a full lookup on your phone number, have a good idea of where you are and where you're located. And so it's a lot more sophisticated today. And some people complain that local governments put surcharges for 911 on your phones. And that's just flat ridiculous. It's something that is in the public interest. Wilt Chamberlain scored his 30,000th point in the NBA on this date in 1972. And it was on this date in 1982, Harrison Williams, sentenced for his involvement in the Abscam scandal. Williams told reporters he didn't do nothing wrong.
I did no wrong. There was no wrongdoing. And that makes this verdict, obviously, most difficult to bear.
Now, prior to a Senate vote on his expulsion, he resigned on March 11th. Sentenced to 3 years, he served 2 in federal prison. The first time in over 80 years a senator had to go to prison. Williams also charged a $50,000 fine in addition to prison time. He died of cancer in 2001 at the age of 81. But Abscam was a big deal at the time. In 1987, the trial of John Demonjanjuk, accused of being a Nazi guard dubbed Ivan the Terrible, in Treblinka extermination camp began in Jerusalem on this date in 1987. In 1989, Robin Givens spoke to the media about her divorce from Mike Tyson a day earlier.
He's got a side to him that's scary. Michael is intimidating, to say the least. I think that there's a time when he cannot control his temper, and that's frightening.
Newspapers reported Givens received a divorce settlement of over $10 million from her marriage to Tyson. She denied the report, telling Essence magazine writer Patrick Henry Bass she didn't get a dime. Now, I'll say this about Tyson. I mean, he's always struck me as being an odd duck. But other people say he's perfectly pleasant. I'll say this, though. After you've had that many shots to the head, your brain's not going to be the same. U.S. and U.K. warplanes bombed the suburbs of Baghdad on this date in 1991, injuring at least 11 civilians, killing 3 others. It was war, sadly. It was on this date in 2005, the National Hockey League canceled their entire 2004-2005 regular season and playoffs, becoming the first major sports league in North America to do so over a labor dispute.
Because the solution has not yet been attained, it is no longer practical to conduct even an abbreviated season. Accordingly, I have no choice but to announce the formal cancellation of play for 2004-2005.
National Hockey League Commissioner Gary Bettman, the first time the Stanley Cup was not awarded since 1919. The second time after the 94-95 Major League Baseball strike that the postseason of a major professional sports league in North America were canceled. And I have to say this, NHL has been working hard to rehabilitate its image after that 2004-2005 strike. And they're doing a pretty good job. It sadly, it took things like coming to Las Vegas and establishing a Las Vegas franchise and moving the Phoenix franchise to Salt Lake City. A lot of that stuff, they're still working hard. There are a lot of people that are still not tremendous fans of the National Hockey League. The last mobile Army surgical hospital decommissioned by the Army on this date in 2006, the last MASH unit done. Bookstore chain Borders filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in 2011. The reorganization has them back in service mostly. Federal judge in Detroit ordered life in prison for Omar Farouk Abdulmumala on this date in 2012. He was a Nigerian man who tried to blow up a packed Northwest jetliner with a bomb concealed in his shorts. Passing away on this date in history, back 3 years ago today, baseball player commentator Tim McCarver.
Fairness and accuracy and honesty have always been my goals, along with teaching you something you may not have known about this great game. I hope I've achieved those things.
Tim McCarver passing away on this date in history, along with singer-dancer Eddie Foy. Smiley Burnett, another fine actor, singer, songwriter. Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake in the 1970s film MASH. Roger Bowen. Also, Edmund G. Pat Brown, the governor of California. From pro wrestler Johnny Grunge from the group Public Enemy. And Leslie Gore. To the end, it was still her party, and she cried if she wanted to. Leslie Gore, passing away on this date in history. Birthdays of those who are no longer with us. One of the world's worst ventriloquists, but he sure did develop some amazing personalities. Edgar Bergen, born on this date. Actor Hugh Beaumont, who was the father in Leave It to Beaver. Bill Doggett, a great jazz musician. Also, Patty Andrews of the Andrews Sisters. Sonny Bono, who left the entertainment industry and went into politics. Did it the right way. Left the industry and went into politics instead of mixing the two. Also, James Ingram, wonderful singer. Actress and model Margot Hemingway. And Wednesday, on the 60s television version of The Addams Family, Lisa Loring. Born on this date in history. Some of the people born on this date in history who are now performing on a much entirely larger stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
If you love your computer games and delve into history, you remember Mystery House, the King's Quest series, Phantasmagoria. The person behind all that, computer game designer Roberta Williams, 73 years old today. LeVar Burton, 69.
Toby, my name is Toby.
That's from Roots. Also, Star Trek The Next Generation, Commander LaForge, and Reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton, 69 years old today. Rapper Ice-T is 68.
You don't have to lie to me. If you lie to me, this is going to come back on you harder.
That's from Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Ice-T, a significant performer in that. But rapper Ice-T, 68 today. From Duran Duran, Andy Taylor, still a survivor of prostate cancer at 65. The ninth Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston, is 62 as well. The professional wrestler better known as Gangrel, David Heath, is 57. Mahershala Ali is 52.
What you trying to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I miss her.
Then say that. But do it in a manner that no one else has ever done it before.
He won an Academy Award for that performance from Green Book for Best Supporting Actor. Mahershala Ali, 52, and from Scarlet Witch, WandaVision, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Elizabeth Olsen is 37. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 16th day of February as their birthday. If this is your birthday, Professor B's Digestive Aid unites pure honey with ancient Roman aphtheria to naturally balance your digestion. You can experience timeless relief in every spoonful. If you have issues with your gut, check out Professor B's Digestive Aid by going to profbees.com. Links in the show notes, links at classicradio.stream. You use the promo code Wyatt. It supports the podcast, and it also gets you the best price possible, 10% off your purchase. And if it turns out not to do what you think it will, you get a money-back guarantee. Check it out. Professor B's Digestive Aid, inspired by Roman herbology. It delivers pristine natural ingredients that promotes balanced digestion and overall wellness. Profbees.com. Profbees.com. Promo code Wyatt. Give your gut the support it needs with Professor B's Digestive Aid. We'll check in with John Lund as Johnny Dollar coming up next.
There are people in most countries who would like to live in the Republic of the United States or the Dominion of Canada where that good Olga coal is sold. The citizens of our free countries are the envy of many people elsewhere because of the personal freedom which we have enjoyed. Why, then, doesn't every country adopt a form of free government? One answer is that, unfortunately, there are people and parties in many nations who are so greedy for power that they will sacrifice the freedom of their fellow countrymen to obtain power for themselves. History, even recent history, is replete with such instances. That is why the citizens of the Republic of the United States and the Dominion of Canada must be careful to recognize at its very beginning any movement to steal or limit their freedom. That is not always easy. The man who would enslave a free people doesn't begin by saying, "Now I'm going to be your dictator." Instead, he probably will claim that he is a devoted supporter of personal freedom, but all the while he will support policies that weaken and undermine personal freedom. Such a man will deny any totalitarian aims, but free citizens must not be deceived by such denials. Apparently, it is a cardinal principle of every sincere totalitarian that he is justified in lying, if such lies will advance his plans. In these times, no public figure and no party or organization supporting such a person can be accepted without careful consideration. Every public figure and organization must be carefully scrutinized, and if their real aims are to limit or to destroy our freedom as individuals, they must be opposed and defeated.
Probably the most familiar Johnny Dollar our listeners are used to hearing is Bob Bailey, who did a great job with the episode. Prior to him, though, you had Charles Russell, Edmund O'Brien, and today you're going to hear John Lund, the last person who played the original Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, before Bob Bailey basically reinvented the character and made it a much different type of character. 886 total performances of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, including repeats. And today you're going to hear an episode going back to 1954. The show would take a year's hiatus not long after this episode aired to bring it back as a quarter-hour, 5-day-a-week program. At this point, it was still a half-hour weekly. Let's listen to John Lund as Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. From this is going to be 72 years ago today, February 16th, 1954, and the Uncut Canary Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Harrison, Johnny.
Oh, hiya.
How fast can you get to Beverly Hills, California?
Why?
You've got to find an uncut canary.
Let's take that again, slowly, shall we?
It's a diamond, Johnny. A rough, uncut, orange-yellow diamond they call a canary. Weighs 89 carats, and it's insured by us for $125,000.
Pretty expensive bird.
Yeah, what's more to the point, it took wings sometime last night and hasn't been seen since. How about it, Johnny?
I'll see what I can do.
Right here, I'd like to take a few seconds to talk about dreams. You know, psychologists tell us that dreams are one of the most common forms of escape from the everyday world. But what would you think if you woke up one morning and read in the paper that the president had appointed an elephant to the cabinet? Yes, I agree. That is a ridiculous question. And it doesn't really have anything to do with animals in politics. Actually, it's a question of memory. I was thinking of the Secretary of State when I asked this, and you'll have to agree that with all of the varied and difficult jobs he has to do, the Secretary of State would have to have the memory of an elephant. The Secretary's biggest job, of course, is managing our country's foreign affairs for the President. Since the President can't be in all the foreign countries at the same time, he sends ambassadors and ministers to the various capitals and sets up consular officers in the big commercial centers of the world to assist the Secretary of State. Then, when questions arise, the officials of foreign countries get together with the American ambassadors, or ministers or consuls, depending on the country and the type of problem, and they iron out their difficulties. Of course, there are many treaties and international laws which guide these conferences. With their help, and the work done by our State Department, we're pretty certain of getting along all right when we tour foreign countries or have business dealings with them. In other words, whenever we have dealings of any sort with countries other than our own, It is the Secretary of State and his department who acts as our intermediary.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Eastern Indemnity and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Uncut Canary Matter. Expense account item 1, $181.60. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Los Angeles, California. Expense account item 2, $3.75. Cab fare from the International Airport to a rich-looking jewelry store in Beverly Hills. Inscribed on the door in what looked like a thin line of pure platinum was the single name, Johannes. According to Harrison, this had been the last known nesting place of the uncut canary. Whoever Johanna may have been, I doubted that it was the tall, artistic type with the heavyweight padded shoulders who was looking down his long, aristocratic nose at me.
Yes.
I'd like to see Johanna.
May I ask who you are, sir?
My name is Dollar, insurance investigator.
Oh, you're here about the Minas Gerais canary, eh?
If that's the full name of the missing diamond, yes.
I believe you'd better come back in the morning, Miss Dollar.
Any particular reason why?
No, it's been a trying day for Madame Johanna. She's quite fatigued.
Nobody's too tired to spend a few minutes trying to collect $125,000.
In the morning, Mr. Dollar. I'm certain Madame Johanna will be pleased to interview you then.
Maybe I won't be in the mood then.
Oh, really?
It's a possibility.
Well, that's your affair, of course.
No, not the way I see it. Madame Johanna is claiming the loss. She's entitled to her own opportunity to slam the door in my face.
You're quite correct, Mr. Dollar, and I take this opportunity to open it instead.
Madame Johanna, I thought you were resting in your office. I did not wish to have you disturbed.
The next time, Carter, I would thank you not to be so overly zealous in your desire to protect my health at the expense of my bank account. Come this way, please, Mr. Dollar. Want to sit down, Mr. Dollar?
Thanks.
You wish to discuss the miniature rice canary, Mr. Dollar. What is it I can tell you about it?
Well, you might begin by telling me its history.
I purchased it in Rio from a local broker down there a year ago last September.
Over a year ago.
You find something surprising about that?
Well, you've got a pretty large investment in an uncut stone. That's a long time to have it just sitting around, isn't it?
The cutting of a diamond that size is a very delicate matter, Mr. Dollar. Months must be spent studying it, planning the precise manner in which it is to be finally cut and polished. Correct cleavage of such a stone could enhance its value 3 times over. Incorrect cleavage could prove disastrous.
How's that?
Diamonds are capricious. A slight mistake may cause the gem to fly into 100 bits. A bitter lesson my father learned some 25 years ago with a stone similar to the canary. I do not intend to make the same mistake.
Mm-hmm. When did you first notice the missing?
It was 9:30 last night. Carter and I came down here to watch the cleavage of the stone.
And you were going to have it cut last night?
Yes. We have 2 of the finest diamond cutters in the world working here. Adolf Spears and Hans Plessman. They have been with me and my father before me for over 30 years.
I see. And when you came down here?
Carter opened the vault. The canary was gone.
Carter has the combination?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Adolf? Hans? And of course myself.
Was the vault touched in any way? Any attempt made to break into it?
No.
Well, that boils down the number of suspects.
No, Mr. Dollar. It couldn't possibly be one of my employees. I would be willing to swear to it.
Well, you wouldn't be the first to make a mistake about something like that.
Oh, you do not know these people like I do. Well, you couldn't say that. During all the years, they've... Your pardon, please.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, no. I see. Thank you. I will tell them.
Something wrong?
That was Adolf Spears. He said if I would send the police over to his house immediately, he would give them the uncut canary.
I put in a call to Chief Anderson of the Beverly Hills Police Force, and a few minutes later, Lieutenant Hankins at his office came by and picked me up. How come you're on this, Hankins? You're still in homicide, aren't you?
Yeah, but the head of robbery's been out with a cold, and with this latest development, the chief sent me out to wrap this up and see you on your way. Disappointed?
You know better than that. Always glad to see you.
Yeah, looks like a quick ending to a long trip, Dollar.
Well, I won't complain.
Why should you? Counting traveling time, you'll get 2 full days' pay for a few minutes' work. Not bad.
Jealous?
Not me. You insurance boys can have it.
Rather work on the force, huh?
Maybe it doesn't pay as well, but I know I can figure on a check every 2 weeks. Hang on, we turn here. Well, what's your trouble making that turn? Getting back at an angle that way, it's not too easy to figure. Now, that's Johanna. There's a woman who'd wring the sweat out of a man. Always got an eye out for a fast buck. I don't think she's going to be too happy to get that uncut canary back.
Why is that?
Well, the rumor around town is that it can't be cut.
Flaws in it?
Oh, the stone's clear enough, but some of them are just shaped wrong. Can't be split clean. The whole stone's liable to break in the dust if you try to cleave it.
You think that's what's wrong with the uncut canary?
She's had it hanging around her shop for over a year and a half. Bought it at a price way under the market. There's got to be some reason for it.
Uh-huh. How much you figure the stone would be worth if it could split?
Maybe $250,000, give or take a little. Be easier to sell that way, too. This way, her money's tied up in it, and they say she's tight for cash.
Who isn't?
I don't know what you mean. Oh, that's her worry, not ours. Here's Adolph Beer's house. Let's go in and get it. What do you think, darling?
Doesn't seem too anxious to turn it over now.
Door's locked. No lights inside.
Let's try the back.
All right.
Hear that?
Sounds like a car motor running somewhere.
In the garage, maybe.
There's the garage, Dollar. Lights on inside. The door's closed.
Come on. It's no easy job to wrestle some 200 pounds of dead weight out from behind the wheel of a car in a monoxide-filled garage. But Hankins and I finally managed it. Over here. In the grass. Yeah, that'll do it. Adolph Beers?
Yeah. It's a cinch she won't tell us where that uncut canary is now.
Yeah, it's a cinch she couldn't have told Johanna only 15 minutes ago, either. While Lieutenant Hankins waited for the homicide boys to arrive, I walked down to the corner drugstore and tried to make some phone calls. I was phenomenally unsuccessful. There was no answer at the jewelry store, at Johanna's home, or at the bachelor apartment of the obnoxious Mr. Carter. Expense account item 3, $1.75. Cab fare from the corner drugstore to the residence of Johanna's other diamond cutter, Hans Plessman.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Are you Hans Plessman?
Of course I am, of course. And you must be from Albert. Let me have it at once. Do you hear?
I think you've made some kind of a mistake, Mr. Plessman. My name is Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
I'm not interested in your name, young man. I just want the lenses I ordered from Albert for my refractometer. The lenses for my... Insurance investigator. Is that what you said, insurance?
That's right, Mr. Plessman. I want to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Questions? What kind of questions?
About the Mina Shirais canary.
What did you want to know about it? Insurance investigator, eh? What do you want to know about?
Could we talk about it inside?
Inside? Oh, yes. Inside. Of course. Come in.
Thanks.
Told the police all I know about it. Why are you coming around bothering me? Why don't you question Adolf? Yes, question Adolf.
You think he had something to do with it?
Didn't say that. Just asked you why you didn't question him.
Adolf Beers is dead, Mr. Plessman.
Dead? Adolf dead?
That's right.
Well. Adolf dead.
He might have been murdered.
Murder? Adolf murdered? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Maybe somebody wanted to get the canary from him.
Nobody could have murdered poor Adolf for that. He didn't steal the canary. Didn't steal it.
What makes you so sure, Mr. Plessman?
Because I stole it, that's why. Murdering poor Adolf when I stole the uncut canary.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? During the Black Hawk War in 1832, he volunteered for service and was made captain of his company. As a member of Congress in 1847, he was opposed to the Mexican War. He also opposed the Kansas-Nebraska bill, which favored the extension of slavery. During this time, he was offered the governorship of the Oregon Territory, but refused it. Over 6 feet tall and not particularly good-looking, he was known for his droll sense of humor. If you don't have his name by now, here's an important clue. His unexpected acceptance of an invitation to attend the dedication of a soldier cemetery was responsible for one of the greatest speeches in our history. Who was he? Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
That's absolutely lovely. Oh, well, thank you. Really?
Good old Harry. What a host. When Harry throws a party, nobody goes thirsty. Here, let me freshen up that drink. Good old Harry is such a great host. How come Bill and Jean had such a terrible fight?
I want to go home right now.
Why not? Well, it's a great party.
I don't care.
Such a drink.
No, I want to go home right now. Now
How come Bob had a little trouble driving home? And how come everybody who felt so good last night feels so bad this morning? Maybe good old Harry is not such a great host after all. Maybe good old Harry is a pusher, a neighborhood pusher. Harry pushes alcohol. So if you serve alcohol, please, don't be a pusher. And if you're a guest, don't let good old Harry or anyone else push you into drinking more than you want.
A public service message from this station and the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
After his astounding statement about stealing the uncut canary, the heretofore voluble Hans Plessman closed up completely. He refused to say anything about anything. And 2.5 hours later, at the Beverly Hills police station, the situation was unchanged.
Unless Plessman talks or we dig up something else, we won't be able to hold him long.
I don't think he's the only one who's clamming up about that canary.
Oh, Johanna?
I'd like to know who really called her on the phone when she sent us up to Adolf Beer's house.
We'll find out when we locate her. She's not at her home or at the office, though.
No sign of the stone at Beer's?
Nothing. A couple of the boys still going through the place. They started at Plessman's, too. Hankins. Okay, Doc, thanks. Autopsy surgeon, they're posting Beers now. Looks like homicide, all right. Heavy blows struck on the back of his head. Doc's offering 8 to 5. There'll be no monoxide in the bloodstream.
Well, I won't cover that.
You're going somewhere?
Yeah, the evening's still young. I might as well try to earn some of that big money. You think I'm getting paid for this job? Expense account item 4, $2.25. Cab fare from Beverly Hills to the apartment of Johanna's assistant, Mr. Charles Carter.
Come in, door's open.
Stripped down to a pair of shorts, Carter was standing on his head at one end of the room, heels resting lightly against the wall.
Oh, it's you, Dollar.
What's the idea of that?
What?
The headstand.
Tones up the system, reverses the blood flow, good tonic for rejuvenating muscular tissue, strengthening the internal organs.
You don't say.
You should try it sometime. Most beneficial.
Amazing.
What do you want here, Dollar?
What? Oh, well, I was just wondering where you were earlier this evening after you left the shop.
Down at the beach. Exercise there for an hour every evening. Why?
Adolf Beers is dead.
Oh, not surprised.
Oh?
Overweight. Disgusting. Poorly cared for body. Can't abuse the machinery of life, Dollar. It'll refuse to function.
In this case, the refusal wasn't voluntary.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to know where I was. Huh? Well, now you know.
Mm-hmm. Johanna wasn't with you, was she?
No, haven't any idea where she... Oh, now you're going too far, Dollar.
Oh, why?
Johanna's the epitome of all womanhood, a gentle, delicate soul. I'll not have her maligned by you or anyone else. Is that clear?
Oh, sure. But I'd still like to know where she was. Now, tell me, Carter, how often do you do that headstand stunt?
Twice a day.
And how long do you keep it up each time?
30 full minutes.
Remarkable. I hit a drugstore and tried to call Johanna's residence, but there was no answer. A call to Lieutenant Hankins brought the information that Plessman was still refusing to talk, and that they'd finished searching both his house and that of Adolf Beers. The Uncut Canary was still among the missing. I was drinking a cup of coffee at the fountain when I suddenly remembered something Hans Plessman had said. I grabbed the yellow phone book and started looking for an optical lens manufacturer whose name was Albert. I found one. Albert Schoenbeck. Both an office and a residence phone were listed. At that hour of the morning, the choice wasn't too tough to make.
Yeah, Minnie Dora. I have been making optical lenses for Johanna Vanderwood for many years now. And for her father before her. But to call at this hour of the night with such a question...
And did you ever make lenses for a refractometer, Mr. Schoenbeck?
Yeah, for Hans it was.
Hans Plessman?
Of course, Hans Plessman.
Would you mind telling me what a refractometer is used for?
You are asking me questions about this, or you do not even know for what it is used?
It's important, Mr. Schoenbeck.
Yeah, for whom important? For you or for Johanna?
Both of us.
So. All right, then I will tell you. It is for measuring the bend of light through a precious stone. With mirrors, lenses on the scale, this machine measures the stone's index of refraction and tells exactly what the stone is. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I think I get the general idea, yeah. Could you use one to determine the proper cleavage of a diamond?
For cleavage, you ask?
Yeah, would it help any?
I have never thought that. Yeah, it is possible, I presume. If there were some interior flaw, some imperfect strata of crystalline structure, that could possibly show up, yeah. But why do you ask? What does all this have to do with Johanna?
I'm not quite sure. Thanks, Mr. Schoenbeck. Expense account item 5, $3.60. Cab fare to 621 West Canyon Road Drive. That's somewhere near the top of the Santa Monica Mountains, about 2.5 miles from Sunset Boulevard.
I'd just come in and was preparing for bed when you rang, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, so I noticed.
Then if you would please tell me quickly why you have come visiting at this late hour.
It's about the rumors.
Rumors?
Yeah, I understand that Jeweler's Row believes that Johannes is heading for the financial rocks.
You came up here tonight to discuss with me the financial status of my business, Mr. Dollar?
Not exactly.
Well, then.
But suppose the rumors were true, and you're hard up for cash with $125,000 tied up in an uncut diamond that can't be sold until it's cut, and can't be cut because it'll fly into bits.
That is utter nonsense.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Why?
It removes any motive you may have had for stealing the uncut canary yourself.
I think I'd better leave now, Mr. Dollar.
You haven't denied it.
You've gone too far for that.
Adolf Beers must have gone pretty far, too.
The reference is beyond me.
Beyond Adolf now, too. Or maybe you haven't asked yourself why somebody wanted to murder him.
Adolf? Murder?
You didn't know?
How could I have?
Just wondering.
Adolf murdered. But why?
Well, I'd say either Adolf took the stone and somebody got it away from him, or he knew who did steal it and was going to talk. Either way, the result's the same.
Unbelievable.
Not quite as unbelievable as your statement that you talked to him on the phone when actually he'd been dead for 2 hours.
Now it is time for you to leave, Mr. Dollar.
No further explanation?
None.
Okay. Oh, by the way, did you know Hans Plessman had confessed to stealing the canary?
I did.
I suppose you think that's unbelievable, too.
My attorney is arranging his release on a writ of habeas corpus at this very moment.
Oh, that's very interesting. You sure you don't want to change your story about that supposed phone call from Adolf Beers?
I do not.
I didn't think so. The lack of transportation from Canyon Road Drive back to Beverly Hills didn't bother me. The walk would give me a chance to clarify my ideas about the Uncut Canary Matter. It took me a little less than an hour to get back to Sunset Boulevard and an all-night gas station where I called Lieutenant Hankins.
Yeah, that's right, Dollar. Hans Plessman was sprung about 45 minutes ago.
You put a tail on him?
Yeah, he went straight home.
Expense account item 6, $1.65, cab fare again. It took about 15 minutes to get to Hans Plessman's house.
Yes, who is it? Who is it?
Hello, Mr. Plessman.
Oh, it's you, that insurance man. What do you want now?
Have you cut it yet, Mr. Plessman?
It was just about when you interrupted me.
Do you mind if I watch you finish the job?
That's all. Come in.
Thanks.
In here, right in here.
Well, looks like you've got a pretty capable assistant, Hans.
Yes, I think our partnership in diamond cutting will prove quite successful.
Of course it will, of course. The refractometer will make the difference. Told Adolf that, but he wouldn't listen. Was going ahead in his own stubborn way. He would have smashed the stone, just as he did 20 years ago.
So Adolf Beers was the cutter who smashed your father's stone, huh, Johanna?
Yes, that is quite right, Mr. Dollar.
Ruined him and killed him. Couldn't let that happen to my little Johanna, like my own daughter, you know. Couldn't let Adolf do that to her, too. Couldn't.
So you took the diamond to keep Adolf from cutting it?
It was my fault, Mr. Dollar. I wouldn't have listened to Hans's warnings. I was going to let Adolf go ahead with it.
Wouldn't listen to me, who was like her own father. So I had to take the stone. I was going to cut it myself, Johanna, and give it back to you as a gift.
I know you were, Hans.
Only Adolf saw me getting ready. He was going to stop me, so he could cut the diamond himself. He shouldn't have done that. Adolf shouldn't have done that. I had to stop him. Well, we have work to do. Put the stone on the cup, Johanna. That's it. Now, hold the steel blade right on the incline. That's it. Now, hold it firmly, but without pressure. Not too much pressure. So.
Thank you, Hans. You've done it.
Of course. But it had to be done my way. Only the refractometer showed the proper place. That stubborn fool Adolf would have ground it into bits. Well, I guess everything is all right now for you. Hey, Johanna. I will save your business all right. And you, young man, no trouble about the stone now, is there? No trouble?
No, Hans. There's no trouble about the stone.
You understand how I couldn't let anything happen to my Johanna. Not to my little baby. Oh, his stone. Beautiful. Once I have him cut and polished, the stones will...
Hans, what is it? Don't you feel well?
Oh. It's all right, Johanna. I'm a little Well, weak and shaky, that's all. I can't understand it. Weak, shaky like this. Ridiculous. I think I'll lie down for a bit.
Mr. Dollar?
Sure. Go ahead.
I can't understand it. Weak, shaky.
Mr. Dollar, now you know.
Yeah. So it was Hans and not Adolf who called you on the phone.
Yes. He told me that he had hidden the stone in my house. But not that he had killed Adolf. I brought the stone to him tonight after his release from jail. And there they are. What was once to me, Monsieur Rice, Uncut Canary. A gift, Hans said. They'll accomplish everything he wanted to accomplish for me. And I'd rather I'd smashed the stone into dust before this all began. I didn't want this gift from Hans.
Expense account item 7, $179.25, airfare and incidentals from Beverly Hills, California, back to Hartford. Expense account total $373.85. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were William Johnstone, John Stevenson, Hal March, Virginia Gregg, and Fritz Feld. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. This is Charles Lyon inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when from Hollywood, John Lund again transcribes his expense account as
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
An Armed Forces recording of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, as it was broadcast over CBS on Tuesday. That was the 16th day of February, 1954. Right before My Friend Irma and right after People Are Funny and Mr. and Mrs. North. Coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at the news of this date, and then we'll hear what went head-to-head with Johnny Dollar, Dragnet.
You know, a fire that is raging out of control, a fire that isn't burning in an open fireplace or a closed furnace, but a fire that is burning all over the house, destroying everything it touches. That's the fire we all live in fear of. The sound of fire engines racing by in the dead of night isn't an exciting sound. It's a frightening sound. And the only kind of comfort we derive from hearing it is a kind of a small, uneasy relief that it isn't happening to us. Small and uneasy because we know that it could be happening to us. We all hope that it never will. But that's a futile kind of hope, unless we take active steps to see that it doesn't. And the steps to prevent such a fire happening to us are really simple. Here they are. Don't smoke in bed, and don't lose track of that cigarette you're smoking somewhere around the house. Don't store up old rags and papers. Clean them out. Don't put up with defective wiring and old frayed cords. Don't use cleaning fluids that will catch fire. Don't leave matches in reach of small children. Just 5 steps. Follow them. If you don't, you're gambling with fire, and the odds are overwhelmingly against you.
Okay, before we get to the show that went head-to-head with Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on this date back in 1954, Dragnet, let's take a look at what was in the newspapers of that Tuesday, February 16th, 1954, 72 years ago today. Government yesterday announced a cut of about 8 cents a pound in federal price supports for butter in a move to reduce its cost to housewives, spur sales, and head off an increase in the already heavy surplus of dairy products. The order expected to bring an 8-cent drop in the price of butter on grocers' shelves. Agriculture Secretary Ezra T. Benson has told Congress at least one active communist was among the 2,200 federal workers reported fired under the Eisenhower administration's new security program. Benson's February 3rd testimony made public today by a House Appropriations Subcommittee. Another subcommittee released testimony showing the Treasury Department last year fired 130 employees as security risks, or the cases were said to involve disloyalty. The senator from Ohio, the Republican Bricker, said yesterday it may be possible for him to join forces with Democrat Senator George from Georgia in pressing for a constitutional amendment to fence in the president's treaty-making powers. Bricker told reporters that he said George, each proposing different amendments, are in substantial agreement on the need to curb the scopes of treaties and other pacts, and that they may get together on precise language later. A letter delivered to a London district has jerked Britain's security forces into a new Europe-wide hunt to locate the missing British diplomats Guy Burgess and Donald MacLean. For the letter, posted on Tuesday, December 22nd in London's Digi East Side district, the most sensational clue yet to emerge to help piece together the mystery surrounding the possible whereabouts of the two men. The letter was from Guy Burgess, and it broke his silence of nearly 3 years to tell his white-haired mother he was alive and well. Now, Russia's VM Molotov last night offered modifications of the Soviet proposal for a European security system, but he clung to demands that the European army must be banned, Germany neutralized, and American troops sent home. Molotov fought a 4-hour running word battle with the Western ministers at the Berlin Big Four conference in an effort to sell his plan of securing Europe for the Europeans. A community-wide campaign that enabled Fredericktown, Missouri, to give a new home to a repatriated prisoner of war from Korea 4 months ago ended up on a sour note. Ex-Sergeant Charles E. Clubb sold the house, bought a new car, and got married. Then he re-enlisted in the Army. Mayor William F. Carmack said it surprised us all the way around. Worse yet, the young man only got $2,300 for the place, for which our people paid $3,000 before adding an estimated $3,000 in repairs. Clubb now stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, his mother, living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Those some of the day's news stories from Tuesday, February 16th, 1954. Coming up next, Jack Webb as Sergeant Joe Friday in Dragnet.
If you're of teenage or up, a loyal American, male or female, your country needs you in the Civilian Ground Observer Corps. You've heard the radio broadcasts, seen the television pictures. You know the facts. You know what a single H-bomb dropped in any metropolitan area could do. And today's long-range bombers have made intercontinental war possible. Enemy planes based on the other side of the world could reach the United States in a matter of hours. Radar can help detect them, but there are dangerous gaps through which low-flying planes can penetrate without detection. To fill out our detection system, civilian personnel is needed, particularly along the east and west coasts and in the northern states. Sky watching is not a game, it's a necessary precaution. The Ground Observer Corps is now operating on a 24-hour-a-day basis and needs at least 200,000 volunteers to contribute a few hours of their spare time to this vital work. Will you volunteer? Get in touch with your local Civilian Defense Center at once.
So on a Tuesday night in 1954, you had Dinah Shore and Frank Sinatra in quarter-hour shows at 8 o'clock and 8:15. Barry Craig, Confidential Investigator at 8:30. Dragnet at 9 o'clock. A newscast at 9:30, followed by Rocky Fortune, starring Sinatra, which was soon to end. And then a quarter-hour of Fibber McGee and Molly. Let's go back to 9 o'clock, head-to-head with yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and hear Dragnet, starring Jack Webb, from this date 72 years ago, February 16th, 1954, The Big Sucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet is brought to you by Chesterfield, made by Liggett & Myers, first major tobacco company to bring you a complete line of quality cigarettes.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to Bunko Fugitive Detail. A confidence man has set up operations in your city. The product he's selling has a ready market. Perfect cut blue-white diamonds. Your job? Stop him. Today, you'll hear these 3 words everywhere. Chesterfield's for me. The cigarette tested and approved by 30 years of scientific tobacco research. Chesterfield's for me. The cigarette with a proven good record with smokers. And first cigarette to have such a record. Chesterfield's for me. Chesterfield gives you proof of highest quality, low nicotine. The taste you want, the mildness you want. The Chesterfield you smoke today is the best cigarette ever made. And best for you.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Tuesday, November 9th. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of Bunko Fugitive Detail. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Captain Didion. My name's Friday. I was on my way back from the record division, and it was 11:40 a.m. when I got to room 38. Bunko Detail.
Did it check out?
Yeah, there's 3 possibles. Descriptions don't match too well. We'll have to check them all out, I guess.
Uh-huh. DeBetta was just in, said he'd give us a hand.
That's good. Should we get on it?
Yeah.
Any calls?
No, let's go.
I got it. Bunko Fugitive, Friday. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm not sure. No, the officer that handled the case isn't here right now. What if I could take a message? Yes, ma'am. He'll call you when he gets in. All right, uh-huh. Yes, all right. If you'll wait just a minute, I'll transfer it just a minute. Hold on, please. Would you give this call to 2949, please? Thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
This the fraud department?
Was Bunko Fugitive? Yes, sir.
Then I guess this is what I want. I'd like to report a swindle.
All right, sir.
I'll check with DeBetta, Joe. You can go to work on this list.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You want to come in, sir? Sit down right here if you like.
Okay. Well, where'd be the best place to start?
Would you like to give us your name, sir?
It's Harold Filson. That's with an F. F-I-L-S-O-N, Filson.
Yes, sir.
What I want to tell you about happened to a friend of mine.
All right.
He's a little too embarrassed to come in himself, so I said I'd tell you about it. It's a terrible thing. Should be stopped.
All right, sir. We'll do what we can. You want to tell us what it's all about?
Well, this friend of mine was in the bank one day. He'd gone in to make withdrawal, $200.
I see.
On the way out of the place, this kind of seedy-looking man came up to my friend and started to talk.
Did your friend know the man?
Never saw him before in his life.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
Well, this little guy said he had a business proposition to put to my friend. Said they could both make a lot of money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The little guy suggested that the both of them walk down the street to a little coffee stand that's there and have a cup of coffee. My friend didn't see anything wrong with that, so they did. That's where the little guy told the story.
What was that, sir?
Oh, about how he was a DP, a displaced person.
Mm-hmm.
Said he'd come over from Belgium. Big story about how he just managed to get out of Germany with his life. Really laid it on thick, real thick.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he pulled the snapper. Said that he got into the country illegally, that he didn't have any papers, and that's why he came to my friend.
I see. Go ahead.
And see, this little guy reached into his pocket, took out a couple of pieces of folded paper. He undid them, and there were 4 diamonds. Most beautiful things you ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
Fellow went on to say that since he was in the country without a passport, he couldn't take the chance of trying to sell the diamonds, said he might be picked up. So he wanted to sell the stones to my friend. Said he wouldn't have any trouble getting rid of them.
Well, how much did he want for them, do you know?
Yeah. Said he'd sell a lot for $13,000.
It's quite a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when this friend of mine doesn't know anything about diamonds.
All right, sir. Do you want to go ahead?
Well, the little guy said my friend to take the stones to any jeweler and have them appraised. Said he'd go along with whatever the jeweler said.
And that's what your friend did, then?
Yeah.
Went to one of the best jewelry stores in the city. Took the stones with him and had the jeweler look at them.
Now, this little man, did he go into the store with your friend?
No, he said he'd wait outside.
Uh-huh.
The jeweler looked at the stones and said they were worth $15,000. That's wholesale. $15,000.
So your friend bought the diamonds, did he?
Yes. He offered the owner $10,000 cash for them. The little guy wouldn't go for the deal, so he took the diamonds back. They hemmed and hawed around for a couple of minutes, and then he said he'd sell. So the both of them went to my friend's bank, got the money, and the deal was set. The little man reached into his pocket, took out the package, handed over the diamonds for the $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then my friend tried to sell them. He went back to the same jeweler. And that's when he found out.
Yeah?
They weren't the same stones. My friend had gotten a different packet. Instead of diamonds, he bought 4 zircons, worth $25, $30 apiece. $10,000 for $120 worth of cut glass. Now, you've got to do something about it. You've got to figure some way to get that money back.
All right. You want to give us a description of the man who sold you the phonies?
How'd you know?
Well, you aren't the only one who's been taken by this racket. There have been several cases the last few months.
That's all the more reason you ought to get him. $10,000, that's what he took me for. That's real easy money.
Well, the only difference is the amount, isn't it?
What do you mean?
You tried to take 5 the same way. Frank came back to the office, and I filled him in on the story Harold Filson had given me. The victim gave us a complete statement and a description of the man who'd victimized him. He also gave us the address of the bank where he'd been approached. After that, Filson was taken down to the mug room and shown photographs of known confidence men who had used the same M.O. A local and an APB were gotten out, carrying the description of the suspect as well as a complete description of the clothes he wore and the method he used in approaching the intended victim. We got the name of the jeweler who had appraised the diamonds, and we asked the victim if we could keep the stones until we'd finished our investigation. He gave us his consent, and we signed a receipt for the zircons. 1:46 p.m., Frank and I drove out to the Hollywood area where we talked to Saul Maurice, the owner of the jewelry store.
If you'll wait, I'll get my loot and check them for you.
We'd appreciate that.
No trouble. Probably should have known there was something wrong when they came in here. Average man doesn't carry $15,000 in unset diamonds around with him. Let me see the stones.
Sure, here you are. Take a look at these, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're the same ones, same as the diamonds.
What can you tell us about them?
Well, they look as if they were cut in this country.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
Facets, they're cut longer than European stones.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Now, they were made in America.
Is there any way we could tell where?
No. Whoever did it, though, knew what he was doing. I remember the diamonds. Beautiful.
You mean the real diamonds were just like these, then, huh?
Yes, there was a 125 round, 2 1-carat marquee, and a 403 square cut.
You sure about the size, are you?
Reasonably, yes. I didn't weigh them at the time, but I did use a mo gauge on them. That's what they checked out.
You can't give us any idea, then, where the zircons might have come from?
No, I'm sorry. I can give you a list of the men in Los Angeles who might have done it.
We'd appreciate it.
No trouble at all. You want to take these with you?
Yes, sir.
Say, I don't understand. Why would a legitimate diamond cutter make these imitations?
Well, if a person ordered them copied, there'd be no reason not to. Quite often, people don't like to wear genuine stones. Occasions when good imitations do just as well. That's what probably happened here.
Uh-huh.
Whoever it was probably ordered a melange lot. Cut went ahead with it.
Well, now the stones he brought in the first time were real, weren't they?
Yes, fine, high color, beautifully cut. Especially this square. I'll get those names for you.
Thank you.
Say, I wonder if you'd tell me something.
Well, what's that?
Well, my wife's been looking for something to clean her engagement ring. You know, it gets dirty down the little prongs that hold the diamond. Wonder if you could recommend something to clean it.
I'll tell you what, the next time you're in the area, bring the ring in. I'll be glad to clean it for you.
Well, the problem there is she doesn't want to take it off, I guess. I don't think she'd go for me taking it all day.
Well, I'll tell her to take it into the jeweler in the neighborhood. He'll be glad to do it.
Thanks, sure appreciate it.
No trouble at all. Now, here's the list.
Thank you.
Sure hope you can find the man who sold the phonies.
Yes, sir, so do we.
Every time somebody gets stung buying diamonds, it makes them leery from then on. Hard on the legitimate people in the business.
Yes, sir, we can understand that.
Jewelers Alliance has been saying it for a long time. Know your jeweler and you'll get value received. A guy like this makes it twice as rough on honest men.
Well, that's the way it is most of the time.
Always seems like the honest ones get hurt.
Well, maybe not always.
What?
We hope it's going to work the other way this time. "3:15 p.m. Frank and I returned to the office and got out a supplemental bulletin on the genuine diamonds that were being used. We checked with Captain Didion, and he assigned 2 more officers to help us in checking out the list of diamond cutters in the area. The questioning took the better part of the next day, and at 4:37 p.m., when we met in the bunco squad room, we were no further ahead with the apprehension of the suspect. During the week that followed, we continued to talk to the lapidaries in the Southland area, but they were unable to give us any leads as to who might have made the copies. On Monday, November 22nd, we received another complaint. An elderly woman who identified herself as Mrs. Myra Hacken told us that she'd been swindled out of $12,000. The story she gave us was almost identical with the one we'd gotten from Harold Filson. The description of the suspect was the same. Frank and I talked to the jeweler that had made the appraisal on the stones for her. He was unable to give us any concrete information. However, the zircons purchased by Mrs. Hacken were identical with those bought by the first victim, Filson. 2 more weeks passed, and in that time, the confidence man hit 2 more citizens. The method of approach was the same. The story he gave the victims was the same. Nothing in the story was new. The search for him went on. On Wednesday, December 1st, Captain Didion called a meeting in his office. Come in. Sit down. Right.
Thanks. Well, what's it about, Skipper? You know what it is. Where are you on it?
Oh, the diamond switch, huh?
That's it. Going slow, Captain.
Well, what's the score to date? About $45,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know closer to the guy than when he started.
Well, we got a description.
We can't book that.
We're doing everything we can, Captain. We talked to all the victims, all the people in town who might know who he is. There isn't a rumble.
He must be playing it single. None of the usual sources know anything.
How about the money? Anybody spending more than they can account for?
No, not that we've been able to turn.
Stats office?
Well, they've given us a list of possibles, 14 of them. They've all been checked out, none of them fit.
What about the Jewelers Association? What do they got for you?
Well, they're doing all they can. They put out a notice to all their members to be on the lookout for the guy. Sent out a description to all the diamond cutters asking for information on the stones.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a composite drawing made of the suspect. M.O. sheet. It's been sent to all the banks in the area. Nothing back on it, though.
Well, what's the answer? Got to be some way of nailing him.
Well, we got an idea. The odds are on the long side, I guess, but it's about the only way that we can think of.
Let's hear it.
Well, we know that the guys work in the Hollywood area pretty heavy. Seems that most of the marks he picks are out there. They do business in those banks along the boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that if we could spot a couple of undercover people in the banks and make it look like they were doing business there, they might be approached.
You meant it when you said the odds were long. How many people do you figure you're going to need for this?
Well, we figure a minimum of a half a dozen. They all should be middle-aged or elderly. Suspect doesn't seem to bother anybody under 40.
How about keeping in touch with the undercover people? How you figure to work that?
Well, we thought we could cruise the area, work out some kind of a check system so we'd know what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll get in touch with Chief Brown. Ask him to line up some officers that'll work the banks. You better get in touch with Hollywood. Fill him in on what you're doing. Might ask for a couple of F-cars to give you a hand in the surveillance.
Right, Skipper.
We'll get together here in the morning. You can brief him on what you want, how you're going to work it out.
Okay.
Better notify the banks, too. Give them the setup so there won't be any slip.
All right.
Excuse me. Bunko fugitive, Captain Didion. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll send him right up. That's right. Do what you can. Here's one to move on. Bank on Hollywood Boulevard. Head cashier says there's been a man loitering in the place for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah?
Matches the description of your suspect right down the line.
The man had been detained until we got there. We were told that the suspect had entered the bank at approximately 11:40 a.m. and that he'd been observed by the bank guard. When the man's movements had aroused the guard's suspicions, he'd notified the cashier, and he in turn had called us when he noticed the similarity between the suspect and our bulletin. We asked the suspect to step out to our car so we could question him. He appeared to have been drinking, but he was cooperative. He got into the back seat with Frank, and we asked him to show us his wallet.
Hey, my wallet.
Is there any money in it?
Well, I don't know if that's any of your business.
You got any money in the wallet?
Well, it might be a couple of bucks, yes. Then again, on the other side of the fence, there might not.
All right, mister, take the money out and hand the wallet to me.
Ain't none. I'm broke.
All right, let's have it.
Sure, I like to cooperate. Always like to cooperate.
All right. Is your true name Samuel Gerald Pugh?
That is correct.
Ever been arrested?
That, gentleman, is my life story.
Is that right?
It certainly is. Many's the happy hour I've spent in your main jail. Delightful place. Referred to in the trade as the Gray Bar Hotel, you know.
And what was the charge?
I believe that's referred to in the trade as a 4127 ALAMC.
Drunk, huh?
Oh, now, if you don't mind, officer, rather you wouldn't put it just that way. It sounds so completely undignified. Completely.
What were you doing in that bank?
Then I spent a short vacation with the sheriff out in Castaic. Ah, that was a charming resort.
Look, what were you doing in the bank?
Then I spent a short vacation with the sheriff out in Castaic. Ah, that's a charming
Why
resort.
were you in the bank?
I've also enjoyed the hospitality of the authorities in San Francisco, Oakland, and in Beaumont,
Now, you look, mister,
Texas.
we're not playing a game with you here. You come up with some straight answers and come up with them fast.
Sir?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to the best of my ability to answer your questions in the order that you present them. Now, I'm still working on the initial one, you understand? Would you like to know why I've spent so much time...
Look, you know what we want to know. We want to know why you're in that bank.
Very well, then I shall tell you. I have spent all of this time in gathering material for a treatise on the penal colonies in
All right,
America.
Frank, let's go.
Yeah, come on, mister. Get on your feet.
Oh, here now, listen, I resent this treatment. And furthermore, I intend to expose your methods in my forthcoming book.
Yeah.
Yes. Realize, officer, that I've given you fair warning. You gonna book me again?
That's right.
Drunk?
We'll figure that when we get you downtown.
Well, that's all you've got. I didn't really do it. You can't book a man to just think about it.
Is that right?
I didn't really do it. I was just thinking about it.
What are you talking about?
What I was doing in the bank. I'm broke and I'm hungry. I just got into town this morning. I arrived amid the sunshine of glorious California. Broke and hungry. So I ambled around a bit and went into the bank. Thought that maybe I'd write a little check. Just enough to tide me over until I decide to accept one of the many offers that have been offered me.
You got any money in the bank?
Oh, that's a trivial detail. However, inasmuch as you gentlemen are willing to accord me the hospitality of the Gray Bar Hotel, I shall accept with alacrity.
Well, that's nice.
I'm gratified that you appreciate my position.
You got any way of proving you just got in town?
Is that necessary?
Might be for you.
I shall have no trouble in supplying such gratification.
Yeah.
I have been enjoying the hospitality of the largest state for the past 3 months. I severed my connection with them 2 days ago.
Is that right?
It certainly is. I, officer, have been in jail for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
In Beaumont, Texas.
The suspect was taken to the city hall and held for further investigation. Teletypes were sent to the authorities in Texas, and they verified the story that we'd gotten. The suspect was booked in violation of 4127A LAMC. The following morning, Frank and I, along with Captain Didion, briefed the police officers chosen by Chief Brown. We told them the suspect's M.O. We gave each of them copies of the composite drawing that had been made. At 10:30 that morning, the plan was put into operation. It continued through the weekend without results. During that time, we received no new complaints regarding the confidence man. Wednesday, December 8th, Frank and I checked into the office.
I want to call Faye. Tell her what time I'll be home.
Okay. You want to check the book while you're there?
Yeah.
I got it. Bunko Fugitive, Friday. Yeah. Okay, where? Yeah, we know where that is. Right. See you there. Guess you'll have to call Faye later.
What do you mean?
Suspect.
Yeah?
He's setting up a mark in a coffee shop out on Hollywood Boulevard right now.
You are listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action.
Meet the Tom Harmons. You know Tom is an All-American, and now a top sports announcer. Mrs. Harmon is the motion picture and television star Elise Knox. They're typical of people everywhere who are saying, Chesterfields for me.
I like regular-sized Chesterfields. Have for years. They're best for me, at least I think so, because of that Chesterfield quality.
That's the way I feel about them, too. I've always smoked Chesterfields. Now I go for the king size. Guess I like a longer smoke.
So whether you smoke regular size like Elise Knox or king size like Tom Harmon, enjoy America's most popular two-way cigarette. Chesterfields for me. You hear it everywhere. The Chesterfield you smoke today is the best cigarette ever made. And best for you.
The call had come from one of the undercover people that we'd planted in the banks on Hollywood Boulevard. The policewoman told me that a man answering the description had approached her and offered to sell her some unset diamonds. The suspect had suggested that they have a cup of coffee while he explained the deal to the victim. After they'd reached the coffee shop, the policewoman excused herself and put in the call to us. It took us 18 minutes to drive to Hollywood and Vine Streets and to get to the coffee shop. When we entered the place, we could see the policewoman at one of the rear tables. Frank and I walked back and sat down in the adjoining booth. They'd evidently been talking for several minutes before we got there.
You can understand my position. I don't want to have to let them go, but I have no choice.
I'm still not sure why you don't sell them yourself.
There is some trouble about my passport. The authorities are checking it over. If I try to dispose of the diamonds in the usual channels, there are bound to be questions I can't answer.
I'm not sure I want to be mixed up in a thing like this. I've never had any trouble with the law. My husband would be pretty angry if he knew about this.
But there will be no trouble. None. The reason I decided to even bother you with this is that I have seen you several times in the bank. You look to me like a person who would understand and want to help.
Oh, that's very kind.
It is you who are being kind, to even let me talk to you. I wish I could tell you how much it means to me to be able to walk up to just anyone on the street and talk. To know that there is nothing to be afraid of. This business about the passport is annoying, but it will all be straightened out. After that, everything will be all right.
Well, can't you wait until then to sell the diamonds?
I'm afraid not. I have bills, I must pay my attorney, my family, they must be taken care of. I need the money now.
I'm still not sure.
Kind lady, let me show you the gems. Just let me show them to you and then decide.
Yes, sir?
Coffee, please.
Yeah, coffee.
2 coffees right away. There. Just look at them. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful in your life?
They are nice.
These are all we were able to get out of the country. Weeks before we left, we sold everything we owned to buy them. You know, in Europe, diamonds are about the only thing that has a set value. If I were to tell you the trouble we had in getting them, but that would take too long, and I have already taken too much of your time.
Not at all. How much are you asking for them?
On the market, they are worth in American dollars at least $10,000.
Oh, I could never pay that much for them.
But you would not have to.
I don't understand.
It is simple. You take them to any jeweler in the city, anyone at all. You pick him up. Take the diamonds to him, ask him what they are worth. Then come back to me and we can make the transaction. You see what he will offer you for them. You will see that what I have said is the truth. You can buy them from me. I will get the money I need. Then you can sell them to the same jeweler and make a handsome profit. Go ahead, take them. I will wait for you here.
You trust me with them?
Certainly. I knew when I saw you in the bank I could depend on you. I trust you with my life savings.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Something I can do for you, gentlemen?
Police officers, you're under arrest.
On what charge?
Grand theft.
You must be joking.
Afraid not. Let's go.
You get everything you needed, Sergeant Friday?
Yeah, thanks, Margaret.
You are in with them?
I'm a police officer, too.
How you gonna know?
I'll take the diamonds.
Want to give us the zircons, too?
Yeah. Here you are. It's a lousy deal. You're gonna have to prove it, you know.
We'll take care of that.
How you gonna do it?
Well, it shouldn't be too tough. Have the victims take a look at you. They should give us a positive identification, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
Where'd you get the stones?
Picked them up in New York. They're real, worth easy $13,000, maybe $14,000.
How about the imitations?
What about them?
Well, where'd you get them?
Friend of mine, guy back east. His hobby is life, you know.
Lapidary?
Yeah, that's it. I had him cut the zircons for me.
Do you know why you wanted them?
No, I told him it was for a joke, asking to make me 6 sets. All of them like the real ones. Only had this one and one more to get rid of. Just 2 more, and you have to tag me. Yeah, rough go.
You need me for anything more, Sergeant?
No, thanks, Margaret. We'll take him in.
I'll go on, then.
Right, thanks again.
Glad to help.
Thanks, Margaret.
Yeah, see you downtown.
Right. Tell Chief Brown we'll be in to see him, will you?
Okay.
All right, mister, let's go.
Mind if I finish my coffee?
All right, make it fast.
Okay, thanks.
What's your name?
Nathan Kroner.
You ever fallen before?
Couple of times, small beats.
Where?
Midwest, Colorado, Kansas.
Big time?
Burglary. Served 3 years in Colorado, 2 in Kansas. Thought you had it figured this time. Sure way to make it pay. Never know, do you?
What's that?
How it's going to turn out. Take this Dodge, for instance.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a cigarette?
Yeah, here you go.
Here.
Thanks. I got a match. You know, this would never work if you tried it with honest people.
Is that right?
Sure. Right off, I told him I was having trouble with my passport. Even told one of them I was in the country illegally. That's when he should have gone to the cops right then.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna miss that.
What's that?
The coffee. Gonna miss it. Anyway, if every one of them didn't have a little thievery in them, isn't a con game in the world it'd work. You ever think of that?
Yeah, once in a while.
I hand over a bunch of diamonds. Now, I know they're worth a minimum of $15,000. Worth that anywhere in the country.
Uh-huh.
So what happens? The mark takes them into a jeweler and finds out they're worth that much, and right away he's out to try to make a fast buck for himself. He comes back, tells me they're only good for $10,000. You see? Thieves.
Mm-hmm. You about finished with that coffee?
Yeah. Now, the mark stands to make himself a couple of $1,000s going in, but that isn't enough. He's going to take me for more. It wouldn't work if they weren't thieves at heart.
Well, that still doesn't give you the right to take them.
I suppose not. I get a real kick, though, out of figuring what they look like when they find out they're stuck with a handful of cut glass. Must be real yaks to see that luck.
And how about that coffee? Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
All right. You pull this Dodge anyplace else in the country?
Not me. This is the first place. Figured if I scored good here, I could take it easy. You know, work a bit, maybe once a year in a different city. Keep moving. Don't make any difference how they talk or what kind of clothes they wear. A mark's still a mark. I just had a bad deal. Going good, I could have lived off of it for years.
That's what you wanted, huh?
Yeah, just a deal to keep me in clothes and food. Roof over my head, nothing big.
Well, it all worked out then, didn't it?
What?
That's what you're going to get. Come on.
The story you have just heard is true. The names were changed to protect the innocent.
On April 15th, trial was held in Department 98, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results of that trial.
Now, here is our star, Jack Webb.
Thank you, George Fenneman. You know, the Chesterfield you smoked today is the best cigarette ever made, and best for you. Now, that's a fact. And to my way of thinking, it's the very reason for you to change to Chesterfield. Try 'em either way, regular or king size. If you try 'em, I think you'll say with all of us, Chesterfield's for me.
Nathan Austin Kroner was tried and found guilty on 4 counts of grand theft and received punishment as prescribed by law. Grand theft is punishable by imprisonment for a period of not more than 1 year in the county jail, or for a period of not less than 1 nor more than 10 years in the state penitentiary.
Ladies and gentlemen, crime has reached a new high. Over 2 million major crimes were committed last year in the United States. You and your loved ones, your lives and property are threatened. Now, during National Crime Prevention Week, the National Exchange Clubs urge you to act to protect yourself and your country. Go to church this Sunday and every Sunday. The nation needs the great moral vitality which springs from church-going men and women. And remember to be alert and be on the lookout for ways to prevent crime. Help your police force and your community reduce the crime rate.
You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors, Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Brasher. Heard tonight were Ben Alexander, Harry Bartell, Virginia Gregg. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking.
Watch an entirely different Dragnet case history each week on your local NBC television station. Please check your newspapers for the day and time. Chesterfield has brought you Dragnet, transcribed from Los Angeles.
Filter tip smokers, this is it. L&M Filters. The one filter tip cigarette with plenty of good taste. Much more flavor, much less nicotine, and effective filtration. Only the L&M filter contains the miracle product, alpha cellulose. Absolutely pure, non-mineral, harmless to health. Yes, this is it. As Maurice Evans puts it, L&M filters are just what the doctor ordered. Buy L&M filters, the light and mild smoke.
Hear Rocky Fortune following John Cameron Swayze and the news on the NBC Radio Network.
And that wraps up our look at Tuesday, February 16th, 1954, 72 years ago today. Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Tomorrow, comedy. The Screen Directors Playhouse production of It's in the Bag, starring Fred Allen. The Theater Guild on the Air production of On Borrowed Time, starring Walter Houston from 1946, and the CBS Radio Workshop. And while you might want to call it science fiction, it actually is satire. Space Merchants. That's all coming up on our Tuesday program. Wednesday, straight up comedy with Phil Harrison, Alice Faye, Jimmy Durante, Fibber, and Molly. Father Knows Best with Robert Young. Thursday, Romance, with the Lux Radio Theater production of Made for Each Other, starring Carol Lombard and Fred McMurray. Romance, Zia's Dream, starring Jack Moyles from 1955. And, of course, George and Gracie. And what a romance that was. Comedy on Friday with Jack Benny from 1949, Ozzie and Harriet from 1949, Lum and Abner from 1949, and Charlie McCarthy from 1944. Westerns on Saturday with an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, thrown in so you can hear a little Bob Bailey. But we'll hear Have a Gun Will Travel, Gunsmoke, and the Six Shooter all on Saturday. On Sunday, we will have for you The Great Gildersleeve, Father Knows Best, George Burns and Gracie Allen, and Jack Benny. On Monday, we'll have another episode of Dragnet and the Big Pipe, The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe from 1951, Lights Out, They Met at Dorset, and Quiet Please, Wear the Dead Man's Coat. That's all coming up a week from now here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, though, The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Sydney Greenstreet.
Did you know that annually in our country, 340,000 homes are destroyed by fire? 11,000 lives and hundreds of millions of dollars are lost in these fires in homes. Don't run the risk in your own home of a costly and tragic fire, which can be prevented. Check now and regularly on the 5 simple points of fire prevention. First, don't smoke in bed or discard cigarettes or matches carelessly. 2, clean out old rags, newspapers, and other inflammables from the closets, attic, and cellar. 3, repair or replace broken or defective electrical wiring or electrical equipment. 4, use non-inflammable cleaning fluids. And 5, keep matches in a safe place, out of the reach of small children. It is a simple fact that nearly all the fires which destroy American homes could be prevented if these simple rules are followed. So, follow them in your own homes. Remember, don't gamble with fire. You can't win.
All right, we continue now with Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox and an episode of The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Sydney Greenstreet, 75 years ago, February 16th, 1951. The Case of the Party for Death.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ringing of that phone bell brings you mystery, adventure.
Nero Wolfe's office, Archie Goodwin speaking. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Wolfe is busy planning a menu. I'll see if he can talk to you. What's the name again? You want to talk to a dame named Mrs. Collins?
Hang up, Archie.
Do we know a Mrs. Collins?
No.
I don't suppose you care, but I think her voice is very charming.
Doubtless. Every female has a charming voice to you. Hang up.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mrs. Collins, but at the moment, Mr. Wolfe is too involved with his digestive system to be interrupted. However, if I may introduce myself, Archie Goodwin, Mr. Wolfe's assistant, if I can be of any help.
Archie.
Yes, Mrs. Collins, I'll ask him. Cocktail party.
Hang up, Archie.
Mrs. Collins, I'm afraid it would be better if you didn't expect Mr. Wolfe. Goodbye. Cocktails. Phooey.
Absurd. Perfectly absurd.
She says you promised to come to her cocktail party, and why aren't you there?
Because you are going to attend the cocktail party and the probable unpleasant ending.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that genius who is the bulkiest, balkiest, the most ponderous, and most brilliant detective in the world. Yes, none other than that chairborne mass of unpredictable intellect, Nero Wolfe, created by Rex Stout and brought to you in a new series of adventures over this NBC network in the person of Mr. Sydney Greenstreet.
Mr. Wolfe and I refer to this as the case of the party for death. Nero Wolfe really should have gone to the party since he'd accepted, but I was delegated. I can't complain now, since it was there that I met Georgia, the most beautiful redhead. Well, that's my weakness, redheads. Yeah, blondes and Brunettes. Well, anyway, Mr. Wolfe was adamant about going to the party.
I've never been to a cocktail party in my life. You know, I drink nothing but beer.
You could take your beer with you, couldn't you?
I could not.
Do we know a Mrs. Collins whose cocktail party you said you'd go to?
The phone rang and I picked it up.
Where was I?
Exactly.
Okay. So a Mrs. Collins with a beautiful, seductive voice conned you into accepting an invitation to a cocktail party that you knew you weren't going to.
Archie.
Yes, master.
Just a little less sarcasm, perhaps.
Sarcasm?
Call it impertinence, then.
Impertinence, master?
Exactly. Less of that. Much less.
Okay.
Continue now.
Where was I?
You were reading the duck recipe.
Oh, yes, the duck. Oh, here we are. Dodine de Canard. The dodine is one of the oldest dishes in the repertory of French cooking, being mentioned in books of the 14th century. Le Grand Cuisinier de toute Cuisine.
Hooey, what time is it, Archie?
Almost 6:30.
Oh, in that case...
You going to get up?
Here on this card are your instructions, Archie. If you are still alive tomorrow, you may make your report.
I helped the huge bulk that was Nero Wolfe out of his specially built desk chair and walked with him to the elevator that would take him upstairs to his orchids. I stepped back to the desk and found the card which bore my instructions. In his small, perfect handwriting, I read, Mrs. Albert Collins, Empire Towers. Arrive at 7, say I sent you. After the murder, telephone me before the police arrive. At exactly 7, I rang Mrs. Collins' doorbell. Mrs. Collins?
I'm Mrs. Collins.
I'm Archie Goodwin. We talked on the phone a little while ago.
Oh, yes. Well, come in, Mr. Goodwin.
Mr. Wolfe begs to be excused. At the last moment, he was unable to attend.
Well, I'm glad you could come.
You're not disappointed?
No, I don't think so. I'm rather upset. I'm afraid, Mr. Goodwin, for my life. That's why I called Mr. Wolfe. Oh, just drop your hat and coat there, Mr. Goodwin.
May I tell you something, Mrs. Collins?
Well, of course, Mr. Goodwin.
Archie will do.
Archie?
When I spoke to you on the phone, I thought I knew what you'd look like.
And?
You do.
Well, is that good?
It's not bad, Mrs. Collins.
Janie will do.
Janie will do.
Archie, I think it would be best if I say you're an old beau of mine.
From where?
In Hollywood. When I went to Hollywood High School and you went to USC.
Okay, but don't expect me to remember much about it.
I'll be flattered if you remember anything about it. I want you to keep your eyes and ears open. Observe everything tonight. Well, now shall we join the party? Oh, Albert, this is Archie Goodwin. Archie, this is my husband, Albert.
How do you do?
Hello. And this is Joe Boyce, my husband's partner.
How do you do? Boyce?
I've told you about Archie, Albert, but well, I guess you probably don't remember, do you?
No, I don't.
When I was in high school and he went to USC.
Oh, yeah, sure. What'll you have, Goodwin?
I'd like a plain lime and soda.
Oh, now, really? A teetotaler now?
Yes, I used to overdo it, remember?
So you knew my wife in Hollywood?
Quite a while ago, though.
Uh-huh. Been here long?
Oh, a while.
Did you and my wife run into each other again just lately?
Yeah.
A few days ago?
About.
Joe Boyce here is my partner, chemical business. Makes this sort of an old home week, doesn't it, Joe?
In a way, Al. I guess it does at that.
Joe knew my wife back in those days, too. And they're still very friendly. Yes, indeed. You two have got something in common to talk about, haven't you, Goodman?
Mrs. Collins, you mean? We never knew each other very well.
No? Okay, Goodman, let it go.
Why, look. Look what I found. A new man. Just what I need. I'm Georgia.
Archie.
Archie, dear, will you fix up my drink, please?
Anything for a lady.
Let's go to the bar. Eh, Archie?
I'm determined, Joe. It's our only the money, our only Jane. I might listen.
Oh, Al, can't we talk about it later?
I like talking about it now, Joe.
You're going to be sorry about this, Al.
I am already. But you'll have 20 years or so in prison just being sorry. I've got the papers you forged right here.
You're hysterical, Al. Let's face it. The firm went broke, but I suffered too. So let's forget it.
Yes, Joe. The firm went broke, but you didn't. And I don't think my wife did either. The two of you had everything figured for yourselves. Well, I'm turning the papers over to the DA tomorrow.
Nero Wolfe speaking.
Archie, what do you know about this expected murder, if anything?
Has it happened yet?
No, but who's supposed to get killed?
I haven't the faintest idea, Archie.
Then why don't you stop it?
That is impossible. I don't even know who's there.
You want me to tell you?
Not in the least.
How am I supposed to prevent it if I don't know what I'm looking for?
You're not supposed to prevent it, Archie. I don't think you could. I don't think anybody could.
You want to hear what I found out already?
No?
I'll tell you anyway. Collins thinks his wife and his partner Boyce have been stealing his dough, and he's threatening to send Boyce to the clink.
Archie.
Yeah?
You're wasting our time. Go back to the party. There is nothing you can do to prevent the murder. But I want you to be there when it happens.
Now that all the guests have gone, let's sit down here, Georgia.
When Janie was in Hollywood, she must have had more good-looking boyfriends.
Let's get personal about this, Georgia.
Yeah, let's.
When you say good looking, do you mean me?
I don't mean anybody else, Archie.
You know, I think you're pretty, too.
You'd better not let Jane hear you say that.
You think she'd care?
I thought you knew Jane.
Only slightly. You don't like Jane too well, do you?
Why?
Why? Why what?
Why don't you tell the truth about it? No man as attractive as you ever knew Jane slightly. Either they knew her or they didn't know her. Maybe you think I'm getting a little tipsy.
The idea never occurred to me.
No? Well, it has to me.
Refill your glass?
I'll come with you to the bar.
Well, here's your drink, Georgia. Oh, I find there's no ice left in the ice bucket.
Janie? Hey, Janie, no ice.
Oh, well, I'll get some. Here, give me the bucket.
Mrs. Collins, Janie, I mean.
Yes, Archie.
May I use the phone in the bedroom again?
Oh, of course.
Will you excuse me for a minute, Georgia?
I'm coming with you.
Why don't you just stay here until Jane brings the ice? Well, why don't you go talk to Joe Boyce?
I don't want to talk to Joe Boyce. I don't want to talk to Joe Boyce ever.
Now, look, Georgia.
I'm coming with you, Archie. Is that clear?
Okay, come on.
Here's where the phone is.
I could have found it myself.
You don't want me with you, do you?
Just sit down here on the edge of the bed and listen, if that's what you want to do.
Nero Wolfe speaking.
Archie, boss.
Well, Archie, what?
Just a bit of a report.
Go on.
At this moment, I am sitting on the edge of one of two twin beds in the apartment of Mr. and Mrs. Albert Collins. Sitting next to me is a gorgeous redhead named Georgia. Georgia what, dear?
Boyce.
You mean you're the wife of Joe Boyce?
Of course. Didn't you know?
I am sitting next to the gorgeous redheaded wife of Albert Collins' partner, Joe Boyce.
Archie, you annoy me.
From what I just learned, I can see there's another friction going on.
You mean Georgia and Jane?
Yep, fireworks between them. This one no like other one.
Have you anything more to say?
When I called, I was going to ask if there's any reason why I shouldn't come home now.
I wrote your instructions for you, Archie.
After the murder, call you.
Yeah, that's perfectly clear, isn't it?
But what if there isn't any?
Don't call me. Simple, isn't it?
Hello. He hung up.
Archie.
What?
That was a strange conversation.
Do you want me to explain it to you, honey?
What was that business about murder?
Shall we join the party?
Murder. Archie, wouldn't you be surprised if there was one?
Yeah? Who's going to do what and to whom?
I don't know. Maybe I will.
Elucidate, honey. Do you intend to figure as the killer or the corpse?
I don't intend to figure as anything. But you never know. Archie, do you think Jane Collins is better looking than me?
Nope.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Then what's the matter with me?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, yes, there is. Look, do you want to kiss me?
Well, I'll tell you. When I graduated from Sunday school, I took a vow.
That's what I mean. But if I were Jane, you'd want to kiss me, wouldn't you?
No, frankly, no.
Why not?
Well, when I graduated from Sunday school,
Okay, Archie. Let's go back. You boys have such happy faces. Where's Jane?
In the kitchen getting some ice. Where have you been?
With Archie.
Is he an old school chum of yours, too?
Do you care, Joe?
No.
Mr. Boyce,
What?
how much do you weigh?
187? Why?
Then I'll be giving you 5 pounds. Shall we step outside?
This I have got to see.
Shut up. Mr. Goodwin, you seem angry.
Just terribly hurt.
Would it do any good if I apologized? Today I'm a little upset. If I said anything to offend you, I do apologize. Now, if you still want me to give you a boxing lesson, I'm at your service.
Let's forget it. I'm sorry, too. Jane Collins came in from the kitchen with a bucket of ice cubes, a tray of fresh glasses, and the strapless gown she'd been wearing.
There. I never thought I'd make it. Now I'm going to mix my own drink, and you can take care of yourselves. Ice first. Huh? Whiskey. And soda. It's a simple recipe, isn't it, Archie?
All it needs is the ingredients.
I drink to the ingredients. Nice.
Janie, darling.
What, dear?
Would you mind very much if I took Archie away from you?
Haven't you done that already, dear?
To listen to those girls, you'd think, wouldn't you, Goodwin?
Me, I never think.
What do you do, Archie?
I concentrate.
On what?
On not thinking. I did some serious concentrating on not thinking about Nero Wolfe or about the conflict of the partners, Albert Collins and Joe Boyce, about the jealousies of Jane and Georgia. The next 5 minutes hardly seemed an hour. Jane and Boyce murmured to each other. Collins drank gently but firmly.
Why can't you be honest, Archie? What's the matter with me?
What, Georgia?
You weren't listening, were you?
To every gorgeous word you said.
What did I say?
I want to hear it again, just the way you said it before.
I said, why shouldn't there be a murder? Why not? It's an order.
It's just not considered the thing to do.
Thing to do. Can you think of anything better?
No, frankly.
I can. My glass is empty.
My glass is empty, too. Jane. Jane!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not much of a hostess, am I? Oh, don't answer that. Oh, you're all empty. But I've only drunk half of mine.
You don't usually drink so slowly, Jane.
Well, I'm just not in the mood tonight. I usually drink faster to keep you from drinking mine. See, Albert always gulps his and then reaches for mine.
What's the difference?
Well, I'll fix you some fresh drinks, but put my drink over there by you, Georgia. And lay off, Albert. I only had about 3 swallows of it. Besides, you don't need any more.
I suppose we know what dear Jane is going to do, don't we?
Lay off, will you?
Lay off. It's my husband who said that, Archie. Archie, meet my husband, Mr. Boyce. I will now explain why dear Jane took our glasses away to the kitchen when she could have poured a drink right here.
Listen, Georgia, will you...
Mr. Boyce is speaking, Archie. What, Mr. Boyce?
Nuts.
Mr. Boyce says nuts, Mr. Goodwin. What do you say, Mr. Collins?
I think Joe has covered the field.
We were talking, weren't we, Archie?
Possibly.
We were talking about dear Jane. She's got to be always the prettiest, always devastating. Right now, she's putting on a completely new face. And in about 20 minutes, when our tongues are hanging out, she'll come back, all horsed up and bright and smiling, with another tray of drinks.
Yeah, she'll take all night to fix them.
Well, I'm going to get some air on the balcony.
Don't jump off. Al, you're drinking too much lately.
Why should it worry you, Joe? Especially now.
When you start drinking, not only your drinks, but everybody else's too, well... Jane's right.
Is that what worries you? Slide Jane's glass down. The ice is all melted.
You see what I mean?
Okay, Joe, let's not be nasty until tomorrow. That gives me an idea. I think I'll propose a toast. Until tomorrow. You know, it may be rather fitting that I should drink a toast from the glass that Janie left. Until tomorrow.
Go! Al? Jane? Janie!
Albert! Oh, Albert.
Nero Wolfe speaking.
May I come home now?
Oh, hello, Archie.
I said, may I come home now?
Have you sent for the police, Inspector Kramer?
Of course.
Who was killed, Archie?
Albert Collins.
How, Archie?
I don't know. You were right, though, weren't you?
Naturally. About what?
Murder.
Oh, that. We can talk about it tomorrow. Good night, Archie. Come home when you can.
What do you mean, come home when I can?
You'll be held as a witness, won't you? Try not to wake me with the elevator when you come in.
Well, Inspector Kramer, you've had me here at headquarters for a long while. For quite a long while. Haven't you asked me enough questions?
Goodwin, you say you never saw these people before, Collins or Boyce or their wives. Yet when all the other guests had gone, you were still there.
I guess I just don't know how to say goodbye.
You didn't know they were partners in a chemical company. You didn't know that Boyce had forged a lot of papers with Collins' name.
All I know is what you tell me.
Goodwin.
Yes, sir?
I'm trying to be nice.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know, of course, that you went to that party because Nero Wolfe told you to.
Do you?
My question is, how did Wolfe know it was going to happen?
Why don't you ask him?
I already have.
He told you?
He says he never heard of Collins or Boyce.
Did he say he'd ever heard of me?
He says he isn't responsible for you or your shady friends. Maybe he knows I found a poison pellet in George's bag.
Inspector, may I make an important call?
Go ahead.
Archie. Oh, confounded light. Hello?
What time is it, Master?
Confounded, Archie.
I'll tell you what time it is. It's a little after 4 a.m. I'm at Central Headquarters, and Inspector Kramer has been chatting with me about my shady friends.
Kramer is a jackass.
Just a second. Pick up the other phone, will you, Inspector? Sorry, Mr. Wolfe. What was that you were saying about Inspector Kramer?
I said Kramer is a jackass.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Wolfe,
Oh? Eavesdropping, Inspector.
I was just talking about bringing you down here for a little questioning, Wolfe.
Fooey.
What's that?
Fooey. It can be spelled in several ways. I spell it P-F-U-I. Fooey.
You think I won't bring you down here as a material witness?
Yes, I think you won't. I think you'd be making a great mistake if you did.
A great mistake? Why?
Because I might not tell you who killed Collins. Then you wouldn't know which one of these people to prefer charges against. Now send Archie home. Even he needs an occasional night's sleep.
What do you think of that? He hung up.
So it seems. Busy? He's probably left the phone off the hook, Inspector. By now, he's probably asleep again.
You know I can go out there, don't you?
Sure you can. More important men than you have tried it. And where are they now?
Goodwin?
Yes, sir?
I'm going to let you go.
I'm sure Mr. Wolfe and I are very grateful, Inspector.
You want to know why I'm letting you go?
I know why.
Why?
Because if you're nice and cooperative and don't make too much trouble, Mr. Wolfe will solve this case for you and tell you whom to prefer charges against.
Goodwin.
Sir?
Get out.
Thank you, Inspector. Good morning, Inspector. At 3 o'clock the next afternoon, I was rearranging the furniture in Nero Wolfe's office while the great man sat behind his desk watching me perspire.
Are you finished now, Archie?
Yeah, I guess so.
And tell me where they sat.
There were 2 couches, like this, in front of a fireplace. Collins and Boyce were sitting together on one couch. When Georgia and I came in, they were looking at some canceled checks.
Where was Mrs. Collins?
I told you she was getting ice and fresh glasses.
Why was she getting fresh glasses, Archie? Where were the empty ones?
I don't know. Maybe they were the same ones she brought back washed and polished.
Archie, I trust your powers of observation absolutely. That's why I sent you to Mrs. Collins' cocktail party.
Okay, how did you know there was going to be a murder? If it was a murder.
It was a murder, Archie. But isn't it obvious?
How is it obvious? Suppose Collins slipped a few drops of the poison into his drink himself.
It's very strong, very deadly poison, with a remarkably strong odor.
Like almonds, I know. I smelled it when I picked him up.
Archie, was anything found on the body that might have contained the poison? A fountain pen? Whatever?
Not even that.
Inspector Kramer found a poison pellet in Georgia's handbag. He thinks she poisoned Collins' drink.
Say, could be. But it wasn't his drink, it was his wife's. Then Georgia was trying to kill Jane, and Collins got it by mistake.
We shall soon see, Archie.
I was expecting a murder because you told me to expect it. I watched every move that everybody made. There's no possibility that Jane's glass, the glass with the poison in it, was tampered with by anybody.
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Archie, you're sore, aren't you?
Have you ever spent the night with Inspector Kramer? He's really a good man, too. Why did you say he was a jackass?
Because he didn't know who killed Collins.
Do you?
Of course. Was there ever any question about it?
Just a moment, please.
The only trouble is it may be difficult to prove. That's why we are giving this little cocktail party this afternoon with the help of Inspector Kramer. By the way...
Yes?
Call Mrs. Collins and tell her to bring a bucket of ice from her refrigerator.
Why?
Because our refrigerator's broken down.
No, it hasn't. I was just out in the kitchen a minute ago.
Our refrigerator has broken down. And it would be very helpful if Mrs. Collins would bring a bucket of ice cubes.
What makes you think she'll do it?
She will. Call her.
6:45. There we were in Wolfe's office doing a repeat performance of last night's smash hit. Two couches faced each other, a cocktail table between them. On one couch, red-headed Georgia and me. On the other couch, it was a big one, Joe Boyce, Jane Collins, widow of the lately defunct Albert, and Nero Wolfe. Jane had been drinking a little slower than the rest of us. Our glasses were empty. Hers was still half full. Wolfe said...
Archie.
Yeah?
At this point in last night's party, Mrs. Collins got up and left to get some fresh drinks. Repeat what she said.
Approximately?
Approximately will do.
I think she said something like this. She said, put my drink over by you, Georgia. Lay off, Albert. I've had about 3 swallows of it. Besides, you don't need any more, Albert. Am I right, Jane?
Close enough, Archie. But what of it?
No, what is this nonsense all about, Wolfe?
Mr. Wolfe is trying to make something out of nothing.
I think Mr. Wolfe is going to turn up something mighty interesting. Don't look so perturbed, Joe.
Since I'm playing the part of the late Mr. Collins, pass me Jane's glass.
I'll keep my glass, Mr. Wolfe. I haven't finished my drink.
You're a very clever woman, Mrs. Collins.
Would it be too much if I ask what this is all about?
What worries you, Archie?
You make it sound as if that drink she's holding is poison. But it can't be, because as yesterday, she's already drunk half of it herself.
When our freezer broke down, she was more than willing to bring a bucket of ice cubes, wasn't she?
So?
What would happen, Archie, if you froze a gelatine-coated pellet of poison in the center of one particular ice cube? Mrs. Collins hasn't finished her drink. Notice the ice is all melted now. She hasn't taken one sip since the ice melted completely. She came prepared in case she was exposed. Smell it, Archie.
No, Archie, stand back. I can easily swallow this before you can reach me. Mr. Wolfe, in a few seconds, I'll drink it. But tell me something first. Tell me how you knew.
Jane, listen to me.
I knew there was going to be a murder last night because you said so. I knew that it was you who would commit the murder because it was you who invited me. You hoped an expert witness would prove that you couldn't have killed your husband. So I sent Archie Goodwin, whose observations are always exact, even when he doesn't know the import of what he's observing.
She brought back clean glasses. She poured the drinks out of bottles already open. And if anybody had put anything in or touched one of those glasses, I would have seen it.
Exactly. The poison pellet was frozen in a certain ice cube. Mrs. Collins put that cube in her own drink, drank it until the ice had almost melted down to the poisonous pellet center. And then she took all the other glasses away, leaving only hers half full. And as usual, her husband drank it.
No, Jane, don't.
Too late, Joe. It's too late.
Well, boss, Jane didn't get away with the suicide try. That was clever thinking you did.
I prepared a cube of ice in which I had frozen a gelatine capsule containing nothing more than a vitamin compound. I substituted for the cube in which Jane had placed the poison for herself.
I wonder why Jane Collins wanted to have Joe. He'd stolen practically all the money in the company. He was just a crook.
Birds of a feather, Archie. I don't believe Joe Boyce had any idea that Jane was planning a murder. And he still had all the money.
Well, the forgeries will put him away for a long time. And poor Georgia could have had it pinned on her if it hadn't been for me.
Yes, yes. You knew all along, didn't you, that Jane had planned to have Georgie accused by planting another pellet of the poison in Georgie's handbag. Jane would have gotten rid of her husband and Joe's wife in one stroke. You knew all that, didn't you?
Well, how about a bottle of beer, boss?
Could you spare the time?
Georgia. Beautiful redhead. Wonder where she is tonight.
I'm sure I haven't the slightest idea, but in case you do... well, just be quiet with the elevator door when you come in.
You have been listening to The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Sydney Greenstreet. Tonight's transcribed story by Mindred Lord was based on the characters created by Rex Stout. This is an Edwin Fadiman program, produced and directed by J. Donald Wilson. In the cast were Harry Bartell as Archie Goodwin, and G.G. Pearson, Herb Butterfield, Peter Leeds, Evelyn Eaton, and Bill Johnstone. Next week at this same time, Nero Wolfe and Archie will bring you The Case of the Malevolent Medic. Don Stanley speaking.
Depending upon when they transcribed these shows, Sydney Greenstreet was 71 or 72 when he did these programs of The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe. He didn't even get started in films until he was 61 years of age. And so, even in his 60s, he did The Maltese Falcon, he did Casablanca, he did Passage to Marseille, and he got an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for The Maltese Falcon. So, you know, his career took off when a lot of us are thinking of retiring. But I have to tell you, good show. He passed away January of 1954 at the age of 74. And he had lots of health problems. Sydney Greenstreet, The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, 75 years ago, February 16th, 1951. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support the podcast. We appreciate your visit. Coming up next, the FBI in Peace and War.
An expression you hear a lot is something to the effect that you can't have everything. It suggests a kind of responsible acceptance of life. I mean, not forever expecting some miraculous good fortune. And most of us don't. But there are certain youngsters who refuse to go along with that idea. Nearly every day they live, they experience miraculous good fortune. The youngsters, I mean, are the ones with cerebral palsy. The reason they experience wonderful good fortune so often is that, to many of them, just being able to take a step is kind of a miraculous good fortune. Or when, after years of training and struggle and therapy, when at last some little kid with cerebral palsy is able merely to lift a glass to his lips, well, that's having everything to that child. Somewhere in America, cerebral palsy strikes some child every 53 minutes, every day in the year. United Cerebral Palsy is fighting this ruthless, persistent crippler. Join that fight and give hope and heart to some little kid in one of the toughest fights on earth. Join the 53-minute march on cerebral palsy today.
Now we go back 71 years to February 16th, 1955, the FBI in Peace and War. This is Strictly Business.
The FBI in Peace and War. Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action. Tonight's story, Strictly Business.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. I'd like to see Mr. Farley, please.
Yes, sir. Do you have an appointment?
Well, no, I guess I don't. Is that necessary?
Usually. What did you wish to see Mr. Farley about? Perhaps I could help you.
Well, I wanted to see him about renting a piece of property. I saw your sign on the storefront.
Well, I'll see if Mr. Farley's busy. And what is your name, please?
Dennis. Hubert Dennis.
Well, sit down, Mr. Dennis. I'll tell Mr. Farley you're here.
Now, Jim, that piece is worth $40 a front foot. I don't care if anyone's... Oh, hold it just a second, will you? What do you want, Agnes?
There's a Mr. Dennis outside. He wants to talk to you about renting some property.
Well, what property? Can't you see I'm busy, Agnes? Find out what he wants. Tell him to wait.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Jim. This is Agnes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dennis. Mr. Farley is busy right now. If you could tell me the property you're interested in.
Oh, of course. It's the Hawthorne building out on Main Avenue. I'm with the real estate division of the Windsor chain stores, and we might be interested.
Windsor chain stores?
Yes. You've heard of us?
Well, indeed, I have. Mr. Farley ought to be through with that phone call. I'll check him again.
Well, $35 a front foot, Jim. And not a penny left. Agnes, for the love of heaven.
Mr. Farley, Mr. Dennis is with the Windsor chain stores, and they want to rent the Hawthorne building.
Jim, I'll call you right back. Something big just came in the front door. Windsor chain stores? Or why didn't you say so in the first place? Oh, Mr. Dennis, a pleasure to see you, sir. Come right into my office, please.
Leslie Hubert St. Dennis, with 25 aliases, was a mild-mannered swindler who had worked the art of the easy dollar for 20 years. He was considered by all law enforcement agencies to be a very difficult man to catch. His face was not distinctive, he had no peculiar habits, he dressed conservatively, lived modestly, and stole an unobtrusive $8,000 to $10,000 a year. By criminal standards, Hubert Dennis was strictly business. And up to the spring of 1952, quite a success.
But you would never think it to look at him, this mild little guy in the real estate division of an outfit like Windsor Chain Stores.
Now, never mind the mild little guy. How much rental did you ask him for the building?
Well, Sam, as your broker and a personal friend
How much,
besides...
Ed?
Well, I asked an annual rental of $40,000 or 1% of the gross, whichever was higher.
What did he say?
Well, first he said it was a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I'll take half.
Now, Sam, as your broker and personal
friend... Will they give
friend...
me half? I've been stuck with that building for 2 years, Ed. Money going down the drain, nothing coming in.
Sam, as your
Settle
friend...
for $18,000, Ed, but get a nice long lease. If I got one of the Windsor stores in my building...
Sam, as your
I'll tell you
broker-
what, take $16,000. Or 1.5% if they'll sign a 10-year lease.
Sam, are you through?
Yeah. You got any of those bicarbonate pills around?
No, you ate them all last time somebody got interested in your building. Now, look, Sam, it's almost 5 o'clock. Go back to your office. Let me handle this, will you?
All right, Ed, you handle it. Do anything you want, but please get somebody in that building before the mice take over.
Will you stop worrying, Sam? I think we're onto something solid this time. Come in.
Mr. Dennis was on the phone, Mr. Farley.
Oh, thank you, Agnes. Hello.
No, sir, he was on the phone, but he isn't now. He talked to me, Mr. Farley.
Well, what did he want? Why didn't you put him through to me?
Well, I was going to, Mr. Farley, but all he wanted to know...
Yes?
He wanted to know what was a nice place to eat dinner.
Is that all?
No, sir. He also wanted to know... Well, seeing as he was a stranger in town, he wanted to know if you didn't mind if he asked me to come with him if I didn't mind.
Ed.
Yes, Sam.
Maybe 20,000 is a little low.
Maybe it is, Sam. Agnes?
Yes, sir.
You like your job here?
Well, yes, sir.
All right. Then get out of this office and have dinner with Mr. Dennis. And stop by the flower shop and get yourself an orchid. Well, go on, Agnes. Get going. Don't stand there with your mouth open.
The racket employed by Leslie Hubert St. Dennis was simple and quite effective. Having established himself as a representative of some large company, usually a chain store, he then proceeded to set up a little competition to stimulate the act.
Yes, I think you've got a good, solid location here, Mr. Farley. And plenty of floor space, too.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Mr. Dennis. There's been some pretty keen bidding for this location, but Sam Archer doesn't want just anybody in this building. He wants an outfit with class.
Yes, I imagine so. Could we sit down a minute? My feet hurt.
Of course.
I think I've walked through every vacant store in Norbury these last 4 days.
I'll bet you have.
I wear arch supports, but by the time I make up my mind on a location, I'm pretty beat.
Oh, I can imagine.
Of course, after 4 days, I've got it pretty well narrowed down, you might say.
It takes a bit of doing, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But I think it's between this location and that one down on West Street.
Oh?
Naturally, I don't make the final decision. I mean, that's up to the head of the department. But mostly they follow my recommendations.
Well, with your experience, I should think they would.
Well, they do mostly. It's quite a responsibility, I guess.
I'll bet it is.
If they paid me in proportion to that, I'd be making pretty good money. But you know how it is with a big outfit like Windsor.
Kind of close, huh?
Well, they aren't giving anything away, I'll tell you that much. My, it's 4 o'clock already. I'd better get back to the hotel for my nap.
Well, I'll drop you off, Mr. Dennis.
Oh, no, don't bother, please. I'll window shop and pretend I can afford all the nice things I see.
Shall I call you tomorrow?
No, don't call me, Mr. Foley. I'll call you.
Hello?
Hello, Sam. It's me, Ed. I'm on your extension over at the building.
So what happened?
Well, nothing yet, Sam, but I think I see a way to swing this.
Yeah? How?
I can't tell you over the phone. It wouldn't be ethical.
Oh, is it that good?
I think so, Sam. So stay in your office. I'm coming right over.
Although Leslie Hubert St. Dennis was a mild-mannered man, he concealed underneath this placid exterior a rather romantic nature. His success with the ladies was revealed when Agent Reynolds and I talked with Mrs. Nora Wilkins. Mrs. Wilkins was a bookkeeper in an office where Dennis had pulled one of his swindles.
So you knew, Mrs. Wilkins, that the police were looking for Dennis?
Well, yes, I guess I did, in a kind of a way.
And yet you didn't tell anybody that you and Mr. Dennis were quite friendly during his stay here.
Well, why should I tell anybody? All we did was go to a couple of dinners, and one afternoon he took me for a ride in his car.
Wasn't there some talk of marriage, Mrs. Wilkins?
There was not. Whoever said such a thing?
Your sister. We talked to her this morning.
Well, it's not true. Or maybe he might have mentioned it in a letter or something like that.
She wrote to you?
A couple of times.
Do you have those letters, Mrs. Wilkins?
No, I don't think so.
Mrs. Wilkins.
Well, maybe I have, but I won't give them to you. I refuse. You can't make me. I don't believe all these things you're saying about Hubert. I don't believe any of them.
Mrs. Wilkins.
I'm not going to tell you anything. Hubert was a fine and sensitive man. People just never understood him, that's all.
Well, we'll be back to talk to you later in the day, Mrs. Wilkins.
You're wasting your time. I'm not going to tell you anything.
We'll be here around 5. Please don't go out before that.
When did the sister say the last letters came?
About 3 weeks ago.
From Norbury, Ohio.
He's quite the lady killer, isn't he?
Yeah, in addition to all those other talents. Where to now?
How about another talk with the owner of that loft building? We could always use more background on the dentist technique.
But that's the whole point, Sam. He couldn't come right out and say that he wanted money, now could he?
I don't know, Ed. It's kind of risky.
Now, look, he told me the Windsor people didn't pay him enough. He practically drew me a diagram, didn't he?
Well, maybe so, but offering a man a bribe...
What do you mean a bribe? Why, all you're going to do is give him a little tip.
$4,500 is more than a little tip.
All right, then. Let him recommend that location over on West Street. Go right ahead. Spend another year's upkeep on your white elephant.
Ed, this is a matter of principle. I think...
Okay, don't offer him $4,500. Try him with $35 and see if that's enough.
Well, that isn't what I meant.
I don't think you can get him for less, though, Sam.
What I meant...
You could try $2,500, but he might get insulted and drop the whole deal.
What I meant, Ed, I think maybe you ought to pay half of this.
What?
You're going to get a nice commission, aren't you?
Sam, I'm working for peanuts as it is.
5% of a 10-year lease at $40,000 is not peanuts.
Now, Sam, if I'd thought you'd misunderstand my suggestion.
I don't misunderstand at all. You want to bribe this guy to recommend my property? Okay, we bribe him. But half of this is going to be on your conscience, Ed, and half on mine. I won't take it all.
All right, Sam, if that's the way you feel about it. I guess there's no use fighting.
Okay, now what are we going to offer him?
Well, since you've got a conscience all of a sudden, you tell me.
We'll try 45, seeing as you're paying half.
Thanks.
Oh, don't mention it. When do you want the money?
The sooner the better, I guess. We can't let this deal hang forever.
And you'll sign the deal and go away, and I won't ever see you again, will I, Hubert?
No, I wouldn't say that, Agnes.
No, it's true. We're just two ships that passed in the night, I guess.
Chicago's not such a long way from Norbury, Agnes.
Oh, yes, it is 1,000,000 miles away.
Agnes,
Hmm?
you ever been to Chicago?
Once.
You like it?
Oh, it's the most beautiful city in the whole world.
That's what I think. You'd like to live there, wouldn't you?
More than anything.
Me too. I'd like to give up all this traveling and settle down and, well, a lot of things. If I could only save a little money.
I know, that's always the trouble.
Well, it wouldn't take much. 4,000 or 5,000.
Just 4,000 or 5,000 or a slice off the moon.
Oh, it isn't as bad as all that. I might get that in the next few days.
Oh, Hubert, don't joke. Where could you get all that without stealing it?
Well, I'm not sure, of course, but I just have an idea that Mr. Archie might want to, influence my decision on a store location.
With money?
It's the usual way.
Well, Mr. Archer's the stingiest. Hubert, isn't that unethical?
Of course not. It's done all the time. Sometimes they send me presents. Sometimes take me out to dinner. Agnes, you serious about living in Chicago?
Of course.
You won't be angry if I ask you to do something for both of us?
What, Hubert?
Well, I want to be sure Mr. Archer sends me a present.
Oh, what do you want me to do?
He'll be in your office tomorrow to talk to Mr. Foley. They'll want to know if I told you anything tonight about business.
They will?
Mm-hmm. You tell them, yes, I did tell you something. I told you I just couldn't make up my mind which location to recommend.
Can't you?
I can if I'm influenced a little.
Oh, I see.
Would you do that, Agnes? For us?
You and me, Hubert?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Hubert.
Thank you, Agnes.
That's all right.
And after all, it isn't really a lie, Agnes.
Yes, it is, Hubert. But it isn't really a very big one.
Having found that Dennis had written a letter from Norbury, Ohio, Agent Reynolds and I made this our next stop. By this time, we were familiar with the Dennis real estate swindle, so we asked the local Chamber of Commerce to give us a list of real estate offices dealing in business properties. It took several days to cover these offices, where we showed pictures of Dennis, but finally Agent Reynolds was successful.
Well, I'm sure there's some kind of mistake, Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Dennis is with the real estate division of the Windsor chain stores.
You just said you recognized that picture, Mr. Farley.
Well, yes, I did, but it's impossible.
I know.
Well, I mean, the man knew all about real estate. He discussed the lease. He set up a percentage agreement.
Dennis has been swindling for 20 years, Mr. Farley. Now, how much was your client going to give him to get a favorable recommendation?
$4,500. Oh, wait till Sam Archer hears about this.
That's your client's name?
Yes, and I brought Dennis to him. I recommended the deal. I even suggested the
$4,500.
Uh-huh. I guess this ought to be a lesson to me.
I'll leave that up to you. You have any idea where Dennis is staying, Mr. Farley?
No, I don't.
But he does have an appointment here at 11 in the morning.
Yes, with Mr. Archer and me.
I'll be here if that's all right with you.
Why, of course.
And where's Mr. Archer's office? I'd like to talk to him.
He's over at 14 Main Street. Poor Sam's going to be an awful shock when he finds out he isn't renting his property. You better break it to him gently, Mr. Reynolds.
I will.
And you'll be here tomorrow at 11?
That's right. See you then, Mr. Farley.
And goodbye. Oh, Agnes, get Mr. Archer for me, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Farley?
Yes?
I couldn't help overhearing. Is the deal with Mr. Dennis off?
You bet it is, Agnes. Mr. Dennis is a swindler, and that man who just left here is an agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now, I'll take Mr. Archer's call in my office.
Agnes! Just a minute, Agnes. I drove by your office and saw the lights out, so I thought I'd catch you on the way home. Figured you'd walk through the park, so I've been... Agnes, wait a minute, please.
Yes, Hubert.
I was just coming to pick you up for a surprise dinner. Agnes, for goodness sake, what's the matter?
Hubert, I think the best thing you can do is get back in your car and go on your way.
I'll do no such thing.
You better, Hubert, while there's still time.
Agnes, you tell me what's the matter immediately.
Hubert, how could you?
How could I what?
After I believed you and trusted you. Oh, Hubert.
Agnes, you get in the car and I'll drive
Go
you
away,
home.
please.
Now, look, you can't stand here in a public park and cry like that without at least telling... Agnes, come here.
Stop me.
Now, you sit right down on this bench and tell
You're
me...
hurting me, Hubert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sit down, please. That's better.
You got a clean hanky.
Here.
Thanks.
Now, look, Agnes.
Hubert, there was an agent of the FBI in the office about an hour ago, and he was looking for you.
A what?
An agent of the FBI. They're going to arrest you for swindling.
Agnes, someone has made a very grave mistake.
No, Hubert. Mr. Farley saw your picture. There's no mistake.
My picture?
Your criminal picture with a number under it.
Mr. Farley saw it?
Yes, Hubert.
Agnes, you don't believe this.
Yes, I do.
You believe that
Yes, Hubert, I do.
I thought you had more faith.
So did I. This morning I would have said that nothing could ever change how I felt.
Agnes, if your feelings were really deep
This morning
and
I
true...
would have said, Hubert, I'll go to Chicago with you. I'll go anywhere.
May I say
would have
that-
gone to China this morning.
And now, just because you find out I let a few greedy men give me presents...
No, it isn't that, Hubert. I might even have forgiven you that.
You might have?
Yes.
Well, then, for heaven's sake,
It's
Agnes...
her.
Her?
Not only her, them. All those women, Hubert. Mr. Farley told me Mrs. Nora Wolfe and Miss Dorothy Bremer and all the others. He told me how you won their hearts and went away. You're a wolf, Hubert.
And just a little while ago, I was a ship that passed in the night. Agnes, why didn't you tell the FBI man where I live?
I did. He must have just missed you.
You did? You mean you...
Yes, I did.
Well, I think I'll be on my way, Agnes. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, Hubert. Goodbye, dear. Oh, officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Officer, the man that just drove by in that car is wanted by the FBI. His license number is Ohio 12412. You better hurry. He might get away.
A citywide alarm caught Dennis within minutes after his car had left the park. Brought back to Ohio, he was charged with fraud and pled guilty. In view of Dennis' long record, he was given a term of 5 years in prison. Mr. Farley and Mr. Archer now conduct their affairs along lines that are strictly business.
This radio dramatization for the FBI in Peace and War was written by Louis Pelletier. These programs are produced and directed by Betty Mandeville. All names and characters used on the program are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. This program is based upon Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War, and the broadcast does not imply endorsement, authorization, or approval by the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
We pause now for station identification.
From 71 years ago, February 16th, 1955, the FBI in Peace and War on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Time for us to check in with some misfortune taking place between David and Claudia and Bluff.
The Army and Air Force is proud of its soldiers and airmen. Today's members of the armed forces have finer training, better equipment than ever before, and a strong, flexible defense of intelligent young men and women. We in America can maintain this effectiveness only by building strength and remaining strong. To have strength requires manpower, and men are vitally needed to support our forces in the Far East. You young men eligible for selective service make for the vigor, flexibility, and imagination that are necessary in an effective Army and Air Force. If you're of draft age and haven't yet received notice to report for pre-induction physical, volunteer to serve your nation now. Be a part of the Army and Air Force. Stop in at your nearest Army and Air Force recruiting station today and get the details. Volunteer your services now while you can still choose. Don't delay. Enlist today.
Let's wrap up this edition of the Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox podcast by going back 78 years to February 16th, 1948 for an episode of Claudia.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia. Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed, Monday through Friday, by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
David, have you seen Bluff anyplace?
What's that, darling?
I said, have you seen Bluff anyplace?
Oh, he's not underfoot here. I thought he was in the kitchen with
For
you.
once, he isn't nosing around the icebox. I figured he was helping you shave. I've got his breakfast ready, but I can't find him.
What are you feeding him? Soft-boiled eggs?
Think I'd let him take eggs out of your mouth? He's getting 2 pounds of steak.
Steak?
Mm-hmm.
He's taking that out of my mouth. I'll take the egg.
Here, Bluff, come on, breakfast is ready. Honestly, I don't see how a big dog like him can get lost in a little apartment like this.
Here he comes.
David, he's walking on 3 legs.
Well, I'm walking on 2. Any objections?
Yes, he's got 4. He's letting one go to waste. I don't think he looks well.
How can you tell?
Well, his eyes look feverish.
You're imagining things.
They do, especially the left one. And look, he's still walking on 3 legs.
Might be that left front paw that he hurt in his accident last week.
Yes, that's the one. But he was all right yesterday. It all healed up beautifully.
Come over here, boy. Come on. Come on, let me see the paw. Come on now. This isn't going to hurt. Papa just wants to look. It's kind of warm.
It's not warm. It's boiling. David, feel his nose. Stop saying and tell me. David, you're impossible.
Well, feel it yourself.
It's boiling, too. It's all dry. David, I told you he was sick.
Your instinct told you. My common sense tells me it's 2 different things.
But it's the same dog. What do you think's the matter with him?
I don't know. Something he ate.
No, not something he ate. I go to the best butcher in the neighborhood. You think he has a cold?
Looks to me as if his paw that's bothering him. See how he's licking it?
He's trying to tell us something, David. Oh, it's awful not to be able to understand.
Now, darling, there's nothing to get excited about.
There is. There's everything to get excited about. Oh, David, let's not just stand here. Let's do something.
Look, Claudia, dogs and cats and other animals aren't like people. They're quite accustomed by nature to take care of themselves.
But they don't take care of themselves. They go off into the woods and die. David, do you think that Bluff thinks that under the bed is the woods?
I don't think so, darling. And if so, he's out of the woods now. I think he may merely have gotten some kind of infection in his paw.
Not around here. There's no infections around here. I keep the apartment spotless.
You've taken him walking, haven't you?
You know, I always thought dogs ought to wear shoes. How can they expect not to get infections running around on the street with their bare feet? David, what are we going to do?
Well, I think we ought to heat up some boric acid solution and make a compress of it. That'll take the fire out, and maybe by tonight the infection will be all gone.
Where does it go when it's gone?
Darling, this is no time for scientific investigation.
Well, what if it doesn't go away? What if he gets worse?
Well, you call me up at the office, darling, and tell me how he's getting along, and then we'll decide what to do.
Oh, David, I wish he could tell me how he feels. Fluffy, old boy, I'm going to take good care of you. You just wait and see now. Before you know it, you're going to be all well and running around on 4 legs again.
Now, come on. You just lie there. Put your head down. Stop licking it and you just be good. David, what's that funny expression on your face?
All I can say is that I'm awfully thankful I'm not that dog.
Killian and Norton. Oh, say hello, Mrs. Norton. Mr. Norton, it's Mrs. Norton on extension 1.
Hello, darling. How's everything? Yes. He chewed the bandage off. Well, darling, I think we ought to take him to a hospital. But that's what hospitals are for. If you were sick, you would want to be in a hospital, wouldn't you? You wouldn't. Oh, you're different. No, I don't think Bluff is different, too. I'll tell you what you do, darling. You put Bluff in the car and pick me up here, downstairs. Right. And, darling, just one thing. Drive carefully. Remember, you don't like hospitals. Oh, Lottie. Lottie, come in here a minute.
Say, Mr. Norton, your wife, she sounded worried. Oh, and now you're frowning.
Yes, I know.
Oh, I don't mean to be nosy, Mr. Norton, but sometimes it helps to talk.
Yes, sometimes it does, Lottie.
Somebody sick?
I don't know. I hope it's nothing serious.
Oh, it sure is awful when somebody you love is sick. My mother last year, in and out of bed all winter. Nothing really wrong with her, just sick. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm thinking of taking him to the hospital.
Oh, the best thing. Good nurses and good doctors, other sick people to talk to. If I was sick, stick me in a hospital.
You're very reassuring, Lottie.
What do you think is the matter? I mean, privately, just between you and me, what's your diagnosis of the situation?
I think it's an infection.
An infection? Oh, gee, they can be awfully dangerous. Get in your blood and run through your body like termites. And not that I mean to be a crepe hanger, but it's always best to be prepared.
Oh, I don't think this is anything as serious as all that.
You never can tell. But they shoot you so full of stuff these days, you can be half dead and still be alive. So, Mr. Norton, I wouldn't worry if I were you. Your wife. She's upset. She sounded it.
Claudia takes these things very hard.
Oh, me too. It's my disposition. You're either made with a sponge instead of a heart, or a stone. Your wife and me, we're sponges. Say, Mr. Norton, you haven't told me. Who is it that's sick?
Didn't you know? It's my dog.
Your dog? Oh, say, Mr. Norton, you sure are a card.
It even smells like a hospital.
What did you expect it to smell like? A kennel?
David, it's so quiet in here. It makes me want to whisper. It's so just like a hospital.
And you're so just like a broken record.
Come on, Bluff.
There's the reception desk over there, darling.
This is the most amazing place. I wouldn't mind being sick here myself.
What can I do for you?
Our dog seems to be sick. He was in here before, 10 days ago.
I brought him in. He was in an accident. He was in here 2 days.
You wish to register your dog now as a patient?
Well, if the doctor feels he ought to remain here for treatment, yes.
May I have the name of the patient?
Bluff.
Bluff?
It's a very nice name, Bluff.
Breed?
Very good.
Claudia, she doesn't mean that. She means what kind of dog.
Oh. Well, he's right there. She can see for herself.
You'll have to excuse my wife. She's a bit upset.
I am not.
He's a Great Dane.
Age?
10 months. He's only a baby.
Darling, nobody is interested in your editorial comments.
But if he's going to be a patient here again, I think they ought to know all about him.
Nature of illness?
Well, it's his paw. You stitched it up 10 days ago, and I think the doctor must have dropped a stitch or something because he doesn't seem to be able to walk on it.
Hush up. I think he's developed an infection.
When did you first notice the symptoms?
This morning, under the bed.
Huh? Past history of patient.
No other illness.
But, David, he was in here 10 days ago.
That's not illness, darling. It was an accident.
He was sick. It's the same thing.
Name of owners.
Mr. and Mrs. David Norton.
Address.
But you have all this the last time I was here.
I'll look up the records. Now, if you'll take the patient into the reception room, Dr. Mixel will be right with you.
I had Dr. Hicks last time.
Dr. Hicks was in the accident room.
Oh.
Dr. Mixel takes ambulatory cases.
Well, he isn't very ambulatory. He's only ambulatory on 3 feet.
Now, come, darling. You too, Bluff. Come on, boy. Into the reception room.
Seems to be glad he's in the hospital.
Most sick people are.
Here's the reception room.
Very nicely furnished, isn't it? They get the best dogs in New York City.
They're certainly putting on the dog. David, look at that painting. Oh, I think it's mean to have it fruit. Should be a bone.
A bone? I think that would be meaner.
Oh, poor Bluff. Now, just relax, Bluff. Everything's going to be all right. Here, Bluffy, Bluffy. Why, David, he's licking my hand.
Here's the doctor now, Doc.
Well, Mr. Norton, Mrs. Norton.
Oh, Dr. Mixel.
That's right. And isn't this the patient here?
That's him.
Well, fellow, what's the matter?
It's his paw.
The doctor can see that, darling.
Well, he was asking Bluff, and Bluff can't talk, so I answered.
Feverish, inflamed. Looks like a rather serious infection. However, it seems to be localized.
Is that good?
Mr. Norton, I suggest you leave the patient here. We'll have to give him a blood count, various other analyses, and, of course, the necessary treatment.
How long do you think he's going to have to be here?
Darling, how would the doctor know? He's just seen Bluff for the first time.
Is he very sick?
He doesn't seem to be very sick. However, one must never be too hasty in a judgment. Do you wish the dog in semi-private, private, or ward?
Private, of course.
I don't think that's necessary, Doctor. I think the ward will do fine.
David, don't you want the best for him?
Well, Lottie said sick people like company. Sick dogs do, too, and unless, of course, Dr. Mixel, you think he needs absolutely quiet.
Not at all, not at all. I think he will get along just fine in the ward. We are very fortunate we have the bed space for him. All hospitals are so crowded these days.
Yes, aren't they?
When will we be able to see him, Doctor?
Visiting hours are from 9 to 10 in the morning, 1 to 2 in the afternoon, and 6 to 8 in the evening.
Well, we'll come in this evening.
Can't I wait here? I'll be awfully quiet, and maybe you'll let me see him before then.
I'm afraid that's not possible, Mrs. Norton. You see, the routine of the hospital must be observed.
Yes, I understand.
Well, come along, Bluff. We'll see what we can do for you.
Goodbye, old Bluffy, old boy. Be good. Think of me.
So long, old boy. Take care of yourself.
Goodbye. We'll miss you.
Come along now, Bluff. We'll go right up to the laboratory. Goodbye, Mrs. Norton and Mr. Norton. That's right, Bluff. Don't step on that sore paw.
David, it's so sad.
I know, darling, but he's going to be all right.
Oh, David, I hate to leave him here. It's just like leaving a relative.
Well, we'll come back this evening.
Oh, David, don't you ever get sick and go to a hospital? Bluff and I just couldn't stand it. Oh, darling, you'll never let them lead you off like that, will you?
These broadcasts are adapted for radio by Manya and Roger Starr, and the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney. What is it that makes some homes so inviting? Isn't it usually a feeling that you're never putting the hostess out, that she's glad to see you any old time? She doesn't go to any trouble, simply steps over to the refrigerator and brings out a tray of ice-cold Coca-Cola. But that simple gesture says, better than words can, how nice it is to see you. Pause and refresh yourself. Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
There's one thing you can tell about Claudia by her dealings with Bluff. She's going to be a real good mother. 78 years ago, February 16, 1948, Claudia on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Join us on our Tuesday podcast when we bring you the Screen Directors Playhouse production of It's in the Bag, starring Fred Allen, a Theater Guild on the Air production of On Borrowed Time, starring Walter Houston, and the CBS Radio Workshop production of Space Merchants. And we hear more from Claudia and David. That's coming up tomorrow. Have yourself a great Monday. I'm Wyatt Cox. See you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.